Welcome to another Wednesday of TLU. Let's talk about it, guys. Welcome. For those who are new, my name is John E. Rosado, actually, but today I'm John E. Cage. And right next to me, I
am Ash Blade. And if you know Mortal Kombat, you know why this is happening with our names. So that's all I got to say.
I'm the special effects. Welcome to another TLU. Let's talk about it. Today is a very special day. We are talking about two major topics that have been happening for the last week. One is the finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And secondly, the Mortal Kombat movie.
Mortal
Kombat! Yes, we're talking about Mortal Kombat. Oh, you never heard that in the movie?
No. I was kind of disappointed, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. And welcome to Man Me. Hey.
He got a Bambi on his picture. Wow.
Hey, wow.
What is up? Espérate.
Wow.
Please tell us that you watched Mortal Kombat. Please.
Por favor, if you're here, then I don't know what you're doing. If you're here
Please.
and you've not seen Mortal Kombat,
we're gonna talk spoilers.
In the heck, guys?
Yeah.
I'm not in the movie, but watch it.
Watch it.
All right.
Support it. I'm not in it, but support it.
After this one, Citizen Cage. Mira, yo lo único que sé es que lo que dice Raiden cuando hace el Superman move tiene que ver con la mamá de alguien.
Oh my God. It's like an metaverse.
Oh my God. No me diga. I didn't get to watch it, but I don't really care about spoilers. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's okay because, again, I'm not in the movie.
Everybody dies. Spoilers.
But yeah, it's okay. So if you're here, today we're going to be talking just about two news, and our major entire live is going to be dedicated half to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, probably less, but majority is going to be dedicated towards the Mortal Kombat that I wasn't invited, in this movie.
Right.
But
what okay, so my question for you is, what happened between you and your agent?
The thing is that
was it not booked, or
I was doing another film and I was kind of busy, so it does. I gotta work some stuff with them. But I'll tell you this: when you watch the movie, if you did watch the movie, wait till the end. The best thing ever happens in the last 30 seconds of the movie, which is the promotion of my movie, Citizen Cage.
Oh, so but you're not in it though.
No. I mean, I'm in a poster. So
but we don't see your face though, right?
No, but
okay.
Yeah.
That's awkward.
Yeah. God.
But you gotta show your name.
Just a poster, but yeah.
We're talking to John E. Cage. And I am Ash Blade. So
today we're gonna be today I'm just gonna be
Hola Dinah, what's up?
Not just a poster. What do you mean? Yes, it's not just a poster. You see what Dinah's saying? Hello, Dinah. Thank you, Dinah. It's not just a poster.
We got Johnny Cage here.
We got Johnny
Cage here. He was not. I mean, he was in the Mortal Kombat film, but I think he's. How do you feel? Because it's making a lot of money. Are you mad? Do you wish you could have been in the film?
I'm not mad because that is how we make a sequel. I needed to make money so that my presence is full on, and the money that I'm given, the contract. That was the problem in the first one. Like the contract was so big, and my agent was asking for a lot that they said, "Look, let us wait for the second one so that we can give you the money that you want." And I'm pretty sure it's going to have a success. And even with your poster, of your movie in the end,
Okay.
it can make easily 10 million just because of your poster. And I'm like, how?
Oh, okay,
That's a way
okay.
better deal if we do it like that. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
So,
Oh,
hey,
hello,
hey,
Deepaulette.
hey,
I am
people,
here. This is John E. Cage.
I mean, thank you.
John
You
E.
don't have
Cage.
to. No, I got it. Thank you.
He was
Oh,
you know,
Jesus.
he
Thank you.
he is seen in the Mortal Kombat film. At the end, you only see a poster, you don't even see his face, but we're just talking about Mortal Kombat and what do you want to say? Tell me.
No,
We're here.
it's okay.
I'm here to interview you. You're my special guest today, so I'm giving you
Thank
the
you. Thank
spotlight.
you.
So,
Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah. For everyone right there. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But let me read the fans, messages right here in the chat real quick before we jump into the news.
But you're gonna give the news today too.
I'm gonna be helping. Yes,
Oh,
because
wow, yeah.
it's Johnny Cage.
Because
You don't
John
really get to do this every single time, but yeah.
John wasn't feeling well. John wasn't feeling
Yes.
well, so I need a last minute thing, and Mr. John E. Cage actually came through. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. No problem. Anything I can do for the fans to help. But I'm gonna read Dinah's right here. No, you misunderstood me. I meant to say no. You're not in. It is just a poster.
So we only see your poster in the film. You're not actually in it.
Technically, I'm in the poster. So I'm in the movie. But it's okay, Dana. Anything for the fans right there, I got it.
Do you think okay, so was the picture like planned, or was it like a budget cut that they cut your face out and we could only see your belt with your last name?
It's just that full body shot is like $500,000. The face is 2 million, but they needed those 2 million to actually pay the guy that did what's his name? Cole Young. I forgot the actor's name. I'm so sorry. Louis Tang. Yes, yeah. I kind of met him briefly, when we were actually putting up the poster. So I was like, behind the camera saying, hey, he was in the MMA gym I was like, hey, yeah. I'm there. Hey, I had to be there just to make sure that they actually got the metrics of where the poster was going to be, because if there was, a shot of my face, then I had to, my agent had to call the studio and told them, hey, what we didn't agree on a money shot.
Oh, okay. So that was agreed upon you and Warner Brothers. I mean, your agent at Warner Brothers. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's a good tease. I have to give you that. It's a great tease. And the important thing is that the movie came out, and now there's a possibility that we're going to get a sequel, and
no. It's for sure.
Oh, it's for sure.
Don't worry about it.
And we're actually going to see.
I'm telling you it. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The special effects, baby. Check Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
I think it's 2 years from now. We're going to have production. We're going to start filming, I think, about 6 months. I told them earlier, but, so that they can have time for my wire. I mean, for
your what?
My training. But yeah, let's just read Bambi's. I came here for one thing, the Mario Party update, also Mortal Kombat. For the fans, yes, Mario update is really good. Really, John, really? Yes, it's really me. It's really me. Don't worry about it.
It's John E. Cage.
His alter ego just came out. Who's Ashes? Just no insulting her, please. She's the host. I'm here to help. Please, don't insult her. The movie was great, maybe slow in some parts, but it was good. Thank you. I understand because I'm a little bit of a fast-paced person myself, and I understand where you're coming from. But you know what? What do we got, Ash? What do we got before we actually start the news of the day?
Okay, so friendly reminder, today we only have one news for gaming, which is going to be the Super Mario Party update. That came out of nowhere. It was a surprise. And then on movie/TV universe, we have one news, and we're going to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then we are going to dedicate the rest of our time to Mortal Kombat, the 2021 adaptation that came out this last Friday. But as always, we are going to start with what is happening this week on the Legacy universe. I want to let you guys know, as every week we do, Don't forget that if you're interested in getting our merchandise, you can visit www.tinyurl.com/TLU merch, and you can get one of these designs. We have the From Our Land to the Universe collection, which includes our signature astronaut with the Puerto Rican, Dominican, and United States flag. We have a Legacy Masters horror section design that was done by Saturn_Strawberry, and we have a Throw It Into the Universe t-shirt. And if you are a fan of Legacy Masters, we also have some awesome merch. We have shirts, tank tops, we have mugs, and hoodies, even though it's hot as hell. At least over here today. So, and thank you to everybody who joined us on Sunday playing Cuphead. We actually conquered not one, but two bosses.
Bobby.
Johnny.
You didn't give her the pictures of the merchandise.
Johnny. Excuse me?
We'll deal with it later.
Fine. So you can't be on your phone because that's...
Oh. Sorry.
That's disrespectful to the fans that are here to see you.
I apologize. No.
And to me, I'm the host, so you know.
I'm sorry. I just was talking to my agent because I noticed that he didn't send you the merchandise of Cage.
Oh, you have merch.
Yeah, he didn't send it. So I was noticing when you were doing, the Legacy Universe merchandise, and I was expecting, Citizen Cage merchandise afterwards, and the mugs, and my action figures and all that. But it's okay. We're here, baby. We're live. It's okay. We got it.
I didn't know your agent's name was Poppy. Is that your pet name for him, or
what? I didn't say Poppy. Did I say Poppy?
Yes, you said Poppy.
No, I said baby. Like, here it is, baby.
Okay.
That's right. I learned some Spanish while I was in California, in Hollywood,
Oh, okay.
Close to Mexico. Okay. So, there's a lot of Hispanics right there. So, man, I enjoy the heck out of Spanish, Okay, burrito. Let's continue.
Okay. So, yeah. Thank you to everybody who was here on Sunday. We played Cuphead and we actually conquered not one boss, but two bosses. So thank you to everybody who was here. And that's going to be all for this week for TLU. Also, we have an event on Saturday, which I am actually going to add the picture right now so that I can talk about it. Give me 1 second. If you want to check out the chat, how is everybody? While I add this picture, you can. Yes. Johnny
Aldros.
Cage.
How you doing?
Aldros. Hey. We are here with John E. Cage. Okay, John E. Cage. Because he
special effects, baby.
Yeah, Johnny because Cage. He was not.
Look at my movie, Citizen Cage, in theaters right now.
He was not in the Mortal Kombat film. We only saw a picture of him, but now we have him here to talk about Mortal Kombat 2021. So he's our special guest today. And on Saturday, we have this, guys. We have La Parranda Bacala anniversary edition. It's going to be at twitch.tv/Nivel Escondido. And at 10 p.m., we are the sponsors for this amazing Parranda Bacala. So it is our honor to be the sponsors of this spectacle of a stream on the same day that Nivel Escondido is celebrating 5 years on Twitch. So we're going to have a stream on Saturday really early, like at 6:30 or 7. We're going to be playing Little Nightmares 2. And then our goal is to send a raid over to Nivel Escondido. And we are going to be there sponsoring La Parranda Bacala. If you guys don't know what this event is about, it basically is that we send people that are in the stream to different channels of Hispanic people on Twitch, and the purpose for that is to say hello and to give them more followers. And on top of that, we prank them, and it's really funny. We were victims of them one time, and it's a great time. So it starts at 10. It could be up to 2 in the morning. So that's going to be this Saturday. And we are very proud and we feel awesome to sponsor this Parranda Bacala. Así que ahora sí, that's going to be all for this week on TLU.
All right. Righty then. Let me read some comments here real quick.
Did you break character? Are you John?
What? I'm John.
Oh no. Okay.
I don't understand what you're talking about, Miss Ash, but hello, Lolo Mimi. Hola, chicos. John está ready para cantar hoy. No te hagas a sudar. Johnny.
Bendición.
Johnny, how are you doing?
Está haciendo un personaje de Mortal Kombat.
Yes,
mami.
yes. I think that scene broke something in John. That's why he's not here today. That's why he's
that's why
not
Johnny,
here today.
That's why Johnny Cage
is here. We got here promoting Citizen Cage out in theaters right now. Go check it out. Special effects, baby. Yes. Let's continue with the news of the day. I'm going to start it off, right, Ash?
Yes. You're going to start off with the gaming universe.
Nervous. It's my first time doing this. Yes.
Yeah. You're fine.
I think I'm going to be good, right? I'll do good. I'm going to do good. All right. Here we go. Right? So I click this. Okay. Gaming, right? I click this. Yes. All right. The next one is got it. Okay. Nintendo surprises with the Super Mario Party online play update. Sorry, I got too excited and I actually said only. No, online play update. Yes, my fellow Mario right there. Anybody who's a fan is somebody. You know, Mario is one of the most memorable, if not the face of Nintendo since the early 90s, probably late 80s. And here is the news. Nintendo gives Super Mario Party a much-needed online upgrade 3 years later. This article comes from The Verge by Taylor Lilas. And it says, it took nearly 3 years, but Nintendo has finally given you a compelling reason to load up Super Mario Party on a Switch again. The new update significantly adds the online component, which has been woefully lacking since launch. Thanks to the latest update, Super Mario Party now allows you to play Mario Party aboard a game mode where up to 4 players take turns competing against each other, racing across the game board. It also adds a partner party, which is similar to Mario Party, but pits 2 teams of 2 against each other. This first-time board games support online play. Additionally, 7 out of the 80 mini-games available in the game can now be played online. Before the update, Super Mario Party only allowed you to play 10 mini-games online. So, wow, from 10 to 80, that is a big jump, just like I do my kicks. Yes, but whoa. Oh, Miss Ash, I cannot hear you. You sound like you're in mute.
I am here. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I didn't press the wrong button. I just
pressed the wrong button. Okay.
Are you a fan? Are you a fan of Super Mario Party? I'm guessing that you're very busy. So do you even have time to play video games, Johnny?
No, I always make time for my pal Mario. You know, it's a fantastic game, fantastic franchise, and I've been supporting it since its dawn. I mean, my dawn, because I'm actually younger than Mario himself. But I actually enjoyed a party. You know, I always enjoy a party. There's always time for party for, you know, Johnny Cage right here, Citizen Cage in theaters now. Special effects, baby. But yes, I'm a super fan. I'm a super fan of Super Mario. I'm a fan of Mario. You know, I just enjoy this. But it's actually really good that people all over the world can now join and do a party together. You know, it's virtual. It's very enjoyable. I've played all the 10 online games, mini games that they have chosen. And I remember that we together have actually played this game when it first came out, and we were enjoying it a lot. What we got to do is actually download it again.
But I think we bought it physical. That's the thing.
Oh,
I think we bought it. It was during that time when COVID did not exist, and you could buy it physical, and then you could go to a GameStop and be like, "Hey, can I give you this, and you can give me some credit so I can get another game?" So, and that's something that's not very viable right now.
I really think that that's one of the reasons why I actually continued buying digital, so that I could stop myself from trading games and selling games that in the future I would want to play them again. And then I would have to spend again those 59, those 40, depending on what type of game that you'll be playing. And if it's that expensive at that time, not that money's an issue for me. You know, I'm Johnny Cage, you know, but It is completely fine. I stopped doing that, but I really enjoy Mario Party. I want to know if anybody in the chat, do you guys know Mario Party? Before we actually continue,
I
right?
mean,
Is it okay?
I know the thank you to the man me, aka Bambi, who he actually sent us this trailer when it came out on our Discord community. And I know he's excited. I know that Spider Popo is excited, and he said that he was going to do an event during the month of May. So
You got to
I
send me
think
the
it'll
link
be
for that.
fun. Yeah, I think it'll be fun to do like a community night playing Super Mario Party here. Now that we can, now that we can.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is I think this is great. I think this is great. I mean, it's a step forward. I think Nintendo is also purchasing a lot of games that will require more online play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So they have
that is
to
right.
they have to start updating things if they want to keep adding more people and adding more fun to these types of games. So
Yep. I completely agree. Now let's read some comments in the chat right here that we've been seeing. All right. The man me, aka Bambi, says John's phase is like when Gumball turned into Zack. The Amazing World of Gumball reference.
Oh, I've never seen that show. I think I've seen it. No, I
Okay.
think I've seen it. I think I've seen it.
The man me,
I think I've
I
seen it.
don't understand what you're saying, but anything for the fans, I just read it for you. Special
I
effects,
think
baby.
I think John's sister actually was watching that show one day and she was like, "Hey, I want to show you the show." And I was very confused as to why she was watching that. So, I don't know. I
Oh,
have to watch it again. It was a long time ago.
it was a long time ago. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. Now let's continue with the other comments right here. I'm seeing a few right here, and it says Nintendo Nintendo de puerquito tratando de capitalizar los party games en su plataforma antes de Fall Guys llegue al Switch. I am not going to disagree. I mean, here's the fact. Nintendo is an empire that has not been touched for a while. Nintendo knows what it's doing. It's not competing with anybody but itself. And they try to better themselves with every single game that they bring out, with every single system that they come out with. And they are pretty much the most convenient system. They have the most convenient system ever, which is a portable and a home device. So wherever they go, they can play Nintendo Switch. Is it on the road, in another friend's house, party, Super Mario Party right here. So they can do anything they want. Right now, PlayStation doesn't compare, Xbox doesn't compare. So if they need to do this to actually achieve whatever they want to get to, whether it is, a different status in the economy, in the gaming world, they're probably going to do it because there's nobody really competing with them. It's not like people stop buying Nintendo Switches just to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Animal Crossing ended up being the biggest game of 2020, and it was mostly on the Switch. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I understand where Metaverse is coming from, but at the same time, it's a business, guys. Like that's just how businesses work.
It's how.
But we don't disagree at all with your comment. Like it because it's the truth. But el negocio es negocio, como dicen.
Yeah. And Spider Popo is actually going to pick up Mario Party on Friday.
Ooh.
Okay, nice.
Bueno, I already told Spider Popo that he can count with me if he does a Super Mario Party night. So,
yep, Nintendo is the empire that executes its own face after 6 months of a collection. Not naming any names. I'm looking at you, 3D All Star.
That's
yes. True. Yes, that is completely true. But again, it's like we will say, Nintendo is an empire of its own. Nobody can touch it. Nobody has. And they actually have started since the beginning. I know that Sony actually derived from it because they were trying to go in the disc route, whether the cartridge route. But Nintendo has been loyal to that. And Sony continued on its own. They became their own empire as well. So the only competition that Sony has, and to be quite honest, is Xbox. And because like I said before, whoever has an Xbox will have a Nintendo Switch. Whoever has a PlayStation will have a Switch. So no matter what they do, they will always be there. That is their thing. They will not miss on it. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So
for sure,
let's go.
We'll see. I mean, I know that there's a lot of people that are happy with this update, and it's going to be a blast because I think Mario, like it's more convenient also for the times because Mario Party you could only play with somebody that would come by to your house and would have like the Joy-Cons and all that stuff. And now COVID is here, so they have to update it online and it's something that would have made sense like years ago. You know what I'm saying? But the times actually pushed them to be like, well, this is all that we got, whether it is for the right reasons or the wrong reasons because they want to make more money out of the customers. It's more convenient now to do it this way than before because people can't gather unless you're fully vaccinated because that's like a new thing that they just announced. So people can't gather in small places anymore. So
no, they cannot, unfortunately.
It's a sign of the times.
Yes.
It went from Mario
it went from Mario Party to Mario Party.
Hey.
I like this guy. Yeah. You should come to one of my houses in Hollywood. We should party with Mario.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Special effects, baby. All right. Wow. Anyway, yes. Now we're jumping into the next universe, right? That's how you say it here in the Legacy universe. All righty then.
Yeah, but I want to say thank you to everybody who's here. Friendly reminder that today we have very little news. We're just going to talk about one news in the gaming universe, which we just did, the Super Mario Party update. We're going to talk about one news here at the movie/TV universe. Then we're going to get into the season finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the spotlight of the week, which is going to be Mortal Kombat, the 2021 adaptation. You have to say that because there's also the 1995 one that came out. So let's jump into the movie/TV universe. And the news that I have for you guys is that Lin-Manuel Miranda's animated film Vivo is set to premiere on Netflix. This actually is part of, I think this is the first film that marks the agreement between Sony and not Sony, but Sony. And
I was like, that's a new
Netflix.
Company. I gotta talk to my agent.
Yeah, and Netflix, because this is a similar deal to Netflix pickup of Kevin Hart's movie titled Fatherhood, where Netflix, if you guys didn't know, the agreement states that Netflix will get the first window, which basically means that Sony is going to have Netflix as their first option for any license, any film that they have. So I think this is going to mark probably the first or the second, depending on what day it will be released or if Kevin Hart's movie comes out first. But I'm really excited for this film because it follows a one-of-a-kind kinkajou, which is a rainforest honey bear, which is voiced by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who spends his days playing music to the crowds in a lively Havana square with his beloved owner, Andres, who is voiced by Juan de Marcos Gonzalez. And it says that though they may not speak the same language, Vivo and Andres are the perfect duo through their common love of music. This I believe the writer of this film is the same writer of In the Heights on Broadway and In the Heights, the adaptation that is coming out now in June. And it will also feature the voice of Gloria Estefan.
Oh, wow.
Gloria Estefan. So it has a great cast. Dime.
What was her musical in Broadway? I've forgotten. On Your Feet.
On Your Feet.
On Your Feet.
Amazing film. I actually I threw it into the universe. I still want to see an adaptation of that show into like a movie musical, and I would like to see it on Netflix or wherever they decide to. I'm gonna put the picture back. Wherever they decide to.
Okay. Wow. Got it. I understand. Sorry. I apologize for that. Yes.
But I'm really excited for this film. This is not the only film that Lin-Manuel Miranda has. As I talked, In the Heights is coming out. And he also has another movie that is coming out on Disney titled Encanto, which is going to have all the songs written by... I told you can't be on your phone. You know I can see you when the pictures are up, right? There's like two little screens in the bottom that I can see you, Mr. Cage, on your phone.
Sorry, they were discussing right now that about the poster thing, the merch. Like
Okay.
why it didn't happen.
Well, I think you can have time for that after the live. Okay.
Yes, of course, you're right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Do you have anything to say about this news with Lin-Manuel Miranda?
yeah. So I'm really excited. I'm a big fan of Lin-Manuel Miranda since Hamilton. When we watched Hamilton, when I saw Hamilton in Disney Plus, it was amazing. I was
Oh, you
planning on
saw it in
going.
Disney Plus? I thought you would have a lot of money to see it on Broadway, actually.
Yes, but I was busy, so I had to wait till it was actually. I mean, I didn't even know it was going to be on Disney Plus till it was announced. But
Okay.
I had to wait until it was on Disney Plus, and it was amazing. I loved the way they rap. I loved, the concept. I love the history behind Hamilton that they pulled through, and it was innovating, and it was something that was, changed because we all know that the conquerors, were light skinned, and he pretty much used Hispanics and African Americans to show this wonderful piece in Broadway of Hamilton. As some people actually were complaining about that when it first came out, but then it died down real quick because of how good it was. Of how it's not about that; it's about giving opportunities to those who have the talent, and that was pretty much representation. And I follow along the same line, in which I'm between light skin and Hispanic. My parents, my father is light, my mom is Hispanic. She's an Indian, a Taino from Puerto Rico. So it's in between that. So seeing Lin-Manuel Miranda, getting that opportunity as well in Netflix with this Vivo, it's amazing. So
I was
kudos
gonna
to him.
say, and I was gonna say also, I think it's a really exciting time for diversity because we're not only going to see Latinos represented in the Heights. West Side Story, the trailer came out on Sunday, and I have to say that the teaser trailer, and I have to say that I saw the teaser trailer 3 times, and I think on the 3rd time I sobbed. I did not cry. I sobbed. I was sobbing.
Yes, it was,
Because
yeah.
and John saw me, so because it looks so beautiful, and it looks like such a classic film, but with a modern take, and I'm really excited to see that film. And it's not only a good time for Latinos, but also Asians who have have suffered so much of no barely representation on screen. I think they have it worse than Latinos and Black people, and that's a fact.
And I believe
that is a fact.
And the reason why, and I can attest to that, is that it's because this is somewhat offensive when they say this. When producers and casting members and even the public says this, but when they say like, oh, but they all look alike, no, it's like you have to look closer than that. It's just like saying Denzel Washington looks like Will Smith. They're both African Americans, but they don't look alike.
Yeah.
It's like but because they're Asian, they all look alike. No, that is completely wrong, and we can even say that is to the point of racist. But it's kind of that stereotypical mindset that people have had for a very long time, and it's something that has changed. And if you look a little bit closer than just your superficial, all Mandela effect type of viewing, you can see something else from that. And I can attest to that. So it's great that he's having this opportunity on Netflix with Vivo. But yeah, it's extremely well. Hopefully,
he's gonna do he's writing songs for The Little Mermaid, which is an adaptation that is coming out as well. And
I auditioned for that, but they said I couldn't, properly hit the notes. Oh yes, yes, but that not in camera. I do it animated.
But if I would assume, right, that you would know how to hit the proper notes if you sing.
Yes, but the thing was that they said I was too good, and I needed to dim down the singing, and I told them, okay, I think this is not gonna work, but it's fine. It's fine. I got Citizen Cage right there. In theaters, right? I mean, this is Mortal Kombat, but I got Citizen Cage. in theaters. You know, the special effects, baby. Don't worry about
Oh
it.
God.
You know, I'm good with that.
Lord.
So I didn't really need it. You know, I talked
Okay.
with my agent, and I'm good. You know,
Okay.
you know,
Wow.
I
I
just need
mean,
to,
I
you
mean,
know,
I would kill to get an audition in a musical,
of
but
course, it'd be fantastic. It's
yeah.
just that, you know, when you're with your strong suit, when you have a strong suit and
Mm,
you want to pursue that, sometimes you don't have to worry about, you know, what gets left behind, and you want to give
mhm.
opportunities to others. You know, I've had my full opportunities, and when I was rising, you know, from my martial art experience, I had no acting, training. So I had to
Mhm.
take some coaching classes, and then I adapted my martial arts into the films that I was making. So, you know, whatever treats you have outside can actually help. It's just the singing part, you know, it's another trait that I've kept hitting, but I thought it was, you know, not yet. But
Okay.
I got it. You never know. You never know. Any opportunity aside from that opportunity that I just got earlier can come again, you know. But yeah, Citizen Cage in theaters right now. Perfect,
My
baby.
God.
Yes.
But yeah, that's gonna be all for this news. We're exciting times for diversity, representation, and for Latinos. We're gonna be
Yes.
seen and heard on screen and everywhere. And
Yes, indeed.
I am here for it. So
All right.
what do we got next?
So, as we said earlier, as Ash said earlier, we're gonna have a short TLU. Let's talk about it. Stream today, or not too short. Mostly the news side, because we really wanted to focus on Mortal Kombat. You know, but what we're gonna be discussing right now is the finale of a great show. Who again? I auditioned for, you know, the U.S. agent, Captain America, but
Oh,
no
John
hard
Walker.
feelings for John
Okay.
Walker. Yes, that was going to be my John Walker. I was going to be John Walker, but again, I got pulled from, yeah. Anyway, yes. So we are talking about Jesus. Excuse me. You know, this doesn't really happen live. Um,
What, are you okay?
anyway, we're talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay, guys, look. All I have to say is say hello to your new
Yeah.
freaking Captain America. Say hello and bow down.
Yes.
What a time to be alive.
Wow. All I gotta say is that could have been no one else but Anthony Mackie. He is a fantastic actor, and this role actually helped him a lot. And there was a lot of inspiration through the comic world. And right now, this suit looks amazing. I don't know about you, Ash, but some
Mm-hmm.
people were saying that the suit looked too campy, or that some people said that it was really good. In my opinion, I freaking love the white that is all around the suit, and how, if you notice in the chest, where the blue is and the star is actually focused in a way and made in a way that actually looks like he's carrying wings in his chest.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you
And it's
see it.
and I saw somewhere, I think Lazy Pants sent me a TikTok where they were explaining that the way that he his wings open and then he glides down, it's actually a salute to fallen soldiers, including Steve Rogers, who I
Hmm.
think they confirmed that he passed away in the show, you know, in some way, shape, or form. They did.
Oh wow,
So
I
yeah.
kind of missed that.
Yeah, he's well. That's what I'm saying. That it's kind of up in the air because the only thing that we get is Sam saying that Steve is gone. Everybody's just saying, "Oh, Steve is gone," but we don't know if he's like gone, or if he's still like hanging around somewhere. So
I mean, I think that he could still be alive or dead. You know, you never know. But the truth of the matter is that I don't think they were going to bring him to the show just to show him old, alone, you know,
mm-hmm.
by himself, and it would have taken away focus from Isaiah, the character of Isaiah. So I
Yeah, for
think
sure.
Isaiah's character was more important in this story than Steve Rogers' presence. Like, it's Steve Rogers, you know, teachings and moral values were already installed in Sam and Bucky. More so Sam, because now, again, of course, he is Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
But They were mostly there for Sam. But do you want to talk about the episode? Do you want to start off how the episode began?
I mean, yeah, basically the episode picks up from the last one where they invade New York City, and of course Bucky and now Captain America, they're trying to stop the freedom fighters, I think it is.
Yes, I think it was the
Correct
Freedom
me.
Fighters, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct
Um,
me in the comments if I am wrong.
yes,
Let me know. I think it's the freedom fighters. If not, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, they're basically, this a whole episode is dedicating to stopping them. Is it an episode that closes out the season well? I don't think so. I think that the full circle moment was for Sam, and I was happy. I was happy. I
Flag
know that.
Smashers.
Oh, the flag
The
smasher!
Flag
Wow, the
Smashers, yes.
freedom, the freedom fighters. Me
I
freedom
have
viaje.
no idea, but
Sorry.
it's good. It's good. It's
Es
fine.
que mira,
I'm here.
my
Nothing's
thing.
gonna happen.
No,
You're
pero
only kidding.
my thing with this group is, and their leader, which
Mm-hmm.
I think her name is Carly.
Her values, yes.
I just think that her values were all over the place. And
Yeah.
it was very hard for me to feel committed to her cause and then the group's cause as a whole. So that's something that was really flanky for me in this season. And I was not surprised when she died. Actually, John was watching it and he looked at me and he was like, Sharon Carter is going to shoot her and she's going to die.
Yes.
So it was that predictable. It was that predictable.
She had to die because, and the only reason why I knew she was going to die instantly, it was because the identity of the power broker.
Yes. Which I think I said in one of the discussions that we had that
Yes,
I was expecting Sharon Carter to be the power broker. And in a way, this actually resembles a new Sharon Carter who is fed up with the government because of her situation, the situation that she had in Civil War after they stole the shield, and how she got, basically pushed to the side because of her actions. So I wasn't surprised with any of that. I do have to say that for me, I am happy for Sam because as I saw this poster when it came out, and I sent it to my mom and dad, and I sent it to your family, and I was like, I know that this picture and this moment is going to mean a lot to so many people. The fact that we have a new Captain America that is represented by Anthony Mackie and Sam, who had the closest relationship to Steve Rogers. This is very important. And I'm happy that Sam got his full circle moment. And my favorite part of this episode was probably the speech that he gave.
Yes.
Where he basically said everything that he felt. And yes, exactly. On the same line, on the same line. It's a very impressive scene, and it's a very impactful in that sense. To have somebody say, like, this is what you're doing wrong, and this is what you have to make sure that you do right for the future. And it's something very interesting because he points out something that I've always believed in, that the people in power, their priorities are not they're not where they should be. And I think this is a problem with governments all over the world. Some places have it better than others, but I think that there is always room for something to happen. There's always a budget for something that can be done. The priorities are not in the right place. And when you don't have priorities in the right place, this becomes a problem because you are actually giving the benefit to a certain group of people, but then you have other groups of people that are suffering. And this is why ever since last year when COVID happened, everything has been changing. Everything has been gearing up for a change because this is years and years of how this government system is. So in that aspect, I really loved the episode. I'm frustrated a little bit with Bucky and with Sharon and Zemo. I feel that they need more for me to feel satisfied with them in this season. So I know that they already announced that there's going to be a Captain America 4 with a Sam as Captain America. I'm hoping that they take the time to bring these characters back and keep fleshing them out and close out their story, or the possibility of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is now named Captain America and the Winter Soldier, to have a second season.
And I wanted to have this comment right here signal because of that. Y se los dije que en algún momento alguien iba a hacer el chistecito de decir Mora es el Black Falcon y alguien le iba a responder no es el Capitán América. No, es el Capitán América. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I missed this one, but she started with a good cause, but she lost her view and purpose during the series.
And I have to say, of what Dinah is saying, my problem was that it was always era un tirijala. Because she would say, I don't want to kill innocent people. But then she would go and she would bomb a place that was filled with innocent people.
And then she would be saying, anybody. And then she would be saying it's necessary. And then again,
so era como que I just feel it's not the actress's fault. I just feel that I feel that there was too much crammed up in the show and not a lot of episodes to flesh out fully a story. Like, I think at least Falcon and the Winter Soldier needed maybe 2 or 3 episodes more, like 9 episodes like WandaVision. And I think we could have seen something more fully developed. It's a good show. I just wish that it was developed better. And I'm asking myself the question, and I'm asking everybody, now that they have changed certain things in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think it would be interesting now that Black Widow is coming out to go and see Black Widow and then come back and binge this show and see if it actually made sense to drop this show now with the changes that it had in writing and in certain characters that they presented, or would have been better if this show would have still come out after Black Widow. Like, we would have seen Black Widow, and then after Black Widow in August, we can have Falcon and the Winter Soldier and have Loki take the place of the next series, which is going to be on June. So that's the question that I have. So overall, I have mixed feelings with this season finale. I am happy for Sam. This is a very historic moment. And now when you go to Twitter, the Captain America page switched from Steve Rogers to Sam. And it's
that's amazing.
It's impressive to see, and it's freaking finally time. So those are all of my feelings with this season finale. So
before I give mine, I want to read some comments here. Continuing to Lord Mimi, se supone que su uniforme se puso su uniforme, cogió su escudo y barrió el piso con los políticos y les dijo lo que nadie se atrevía a decirle y lo puso para su número. Estuvo brutal, and that's pretty much how the government works. You know, there's a lot of secrecy within the government, within any business, within any government, and they have an agenda. There's very few that actually worry about what's right and don't pocket the money and help the poor, help the ones that really need it. Because again, you could be poor, but you could also be disrespectful. You could be just misleading. You could also, do not appreciate. You could be a thief. You could be all that, and the government really doesn't have to help you. But those who are actually in need, those who look for the help to be helped, to help others and continue living on and do what's right, the government ignores that. So it's something that it's great that this show is actually showing this. But here we go. Porque fue el discurso y el momento de Isaiah es muy duro.
Oh, I have to say, miraverse.
Wait a minute.
Are you going to say that? Okay.
Sorry. It's my turn.
Okay.
Sorry, it's Johnny Cage here. I'm sorry. Johnny Cage.
But you gotta let me say, when you mention that moment, you
special effects, baby.
Déjame decir, mira, special effects, baby. Déjame decir algo.
What? Okay. So what I was trying to say before Dear Ash interrupted me here, it was that in that moment of Isaiah and that speech and showing when Sam was actually giving that speech, I felt that Isaiah turned around. And especially after that, the moment when Sam tells him, dress up, I got to show you something. I did not know what it was until he arrived at the museum. When he arrived there, it was a epic moment to watch because it was something that impacts history. And I really want to see the future after this season just because of that. I think this will show a lot of what had happened and what will happen going forward with this type of government that we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very special moment for me. For anybody of color, any type of representation.
I was sobbing. I cried.
Because again, when you speak about representation, you represent everything but the white male, only because that is pretty much what the representation topic has led to become due to every single movement that we've had in the past 2 years. So when we speak about representation, it's everything else but the white male. So when that moment actually came to be, I'm pretty sure that any race, whether you were Black, African American, whether you were Asian, Hispanic, you must have felt something for that moment. And it was huge. And again, I'm not saying, again, for the white male, didn't feel anything. If you felt something, that's fantastic. And I'm speaking for myself. I'm trying to deliver something that, it was extremely special for the entire world to see outside, of the show. And it's very special. And then when you see the emotion of Isaiah in this scene, it's heartbreaking and uplifting, if you may say that. So, sorry, and you wanted to say something else aside from that?
No, I already said it. That scene specifically, I mean, to me, the character of Isaiah is one of the best characters in this show, even though he didn't have a lot of screen time. But every time he was on screen, it was electric. And when I saw Sam taking him to the museum,
Spider Popo just raided. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you, Spider Popo.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry that it doesn't show the rate because we're actually in StreamYards.
Thank you, Spider Popo. Hope you're doing well. Espero que estén bien.
You. And then, Ozzy is here as well.
Hola, Ozzy.
Hey, Ozzy, how you doing? And the Sparrow Wolf.
Y ya llegó montado en el dragón.
Just in time, because we were about to continue speaking of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then we were going to jump into
Mortal Kombat,
the movie that I was just in the very last second, Mortal Kombat.
Okay,
don't forget, Citizen Cage in theaters now.
Mira,
Special effects, baby. Special effects.
This is John E. Cage.
How you doing, guys?
Johnny Cage, okay?
Welcome, Johnny Legacy. I love this man. I just met him and I love this man. Who is this guy? The Sparrow, Johnny Legacy. That could be the next title for my documentary.
I think you should make that. I think you should make that into a prequel of
Citizen
Mortal Kombat.
Cage. Oh, prequel.
Oh, Mortal Kombat, if you want.
Johnny Legacy. Oh. That could be something. My origins before the Mortal Kombat.
Give me a call. I'll write the script for you.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, of course I do.
Well, let's keep that on the books. Yeah, maybe we can go to dinner and actually, talk about it.
I'm married. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Awkward.
Yeah. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yes. Yeah. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just read.
There's a lot of comments. So
yeah, so let's actually dive into a little bit metaverse right here. Pensando acá como los locos, ¿qué hubiera pasado si esta serie hubiera salido cuando el Black Matter estaba ahí en puro apogeo? That's a very interesting thought. Aún así, yo imagino que para mucha gente está este pasado fin de semana tuvo que haber sido bien especial con un Capitán América de raza negra y el veredicto de la policía, por quien empezó todo ese movimiento.
Sí, I have to say about that. I was telling John that something interesting that happened with this episode is that it's the worst rated episode of the season. Y yo siempre le digo a John como que, wow, qué cosa. ¿Qué cosa? Porque
there is an agenda.
When every time something is new, something is changing.
There is an agenda.
Siempre the worst episode reviewed, people hated it, porque tú sabes, y I don't understand why. I think that if this show would have come out last year during the Black Lives Matter era, I think it would have been powerful, but I think that coming out during this time, y qué cosa, como dice Metaverse, like the year after the whole George Floyd thing happened, I think it's even more powerful now.
Yes.
Because of this. This is our new Captain America. It's incredible.
This is our Captain America.
Sí, it's increíble. Like years ago, I would have never thought that I would see that. Never.
Me neither.
It's de verdad que...
Especially knowing that there was a African American Captain America already with the super serum, and they decided to actually hide his identity in the show. I mean, in the world of the show, it was incredible. But yeah, let me read some comments here real quick. Aldros Azúcar licenciando, haha, nice. John E. Cage.
No, con E de punto.
Who's that?
That's you.
No, I'm John E. Cage.
Yeah, that's what. I told. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
In Spanish.
That's what I'm telling Spider
Popo. Nice to meet you, man. But I'm just anything for the fans, Citizen Cage in theaters right now, Special effects, baby. If you want to see a true martial artist, go watch Citizen Cage and the sequel to Mortal Kombat. We're gonna talk about it. Yes, I gave you the explanation in the beginning, but why I wasn't in this movie. But don't worry about it. We can talk about it again when we talk about this combat movie.
Wow. Okay.
Special effects, baby. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let me keep reading right here. Some coming. Azúcar Rabasaco. What is that? I knew how to say that because my pal is Puerto Rican, but I'm Puerto Rican. Are Puerto Rican, and like that. But all right. What is that? Spider Papa los dos fusionados. What does that mean, Ash?
Sí, mira, let me show your name. Espérate. I'm gonna show John's name. Mira. John E. Cage.
John E. Cage.
Porque John se llama John Eric. That's why.
Okay. That's why. Side note.
Story time.
Hablando claro. Mi nombre es John Eric Rosado. So yo dije, vamos a poner John E. Cage. Entonces lo hablamos en inglés.
Y yo me puse Ash Blade porque
aquí hablando. Back to it.
Si ustedes saben, pues Sonia y Johnny terminan casados y tienen a Cassie Cage.
Special effects, baby. All right. So let's continue reading a couple of comments here, right? Before we continue with it. No te dije antes porque estaba en la cenación. I don't know what that means, my friends.
Brincaste este comentario fue.
Oh, I see it. All right. Yeah. Don't worry, Spider Popo. I got it. Muchos reviews que se enfocan en el geek factor y no en MO que realmente importa. Triste. I'm going to say something about that.
¿Qué problema?
I'm going to say something about that. And that is something that, because of what I was talking about earlier, that the agenda of the white male and then the representation and all that kind of stuff, that is something that it's sad to keep watching. And again, it's not about killing you with so much of this upbringing and all these kinds of things. But, it's kind of obvious when these things happen that it's hard for them to hide the actual agenda. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, mira, at this point, we've been watching so many films y so many shows y stuff. Y I've told John, like, mira, if we like it, then we like it. Porque es que de verdad que la gente hoy en día, they nitpick everything. Y como que eso pasa en los cómics, pero pasó de esta forma, o yo lo quería... Y es como que, mira, things need to be adapted. Like, tú me estás hablando de unos comic books que salieron hace años, cuando el mundo era diferente.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, exactly.
Hello.
So, we just got to say, and then other thing, now we actually saw that the U.S. agent is now active, which is John Walker's actual, identity, which is, U.S. agent is John Walker. So that's really good. And we actually saw how he overcame a little bit more the serum. The serum is actually not taking control of him. And he was showing that in his heart, he truly wants to help people. He was just against what the government was telling them. And he knows what to do. And he knows that sometimes we have to do what is necessary. And that was him trying to kill Carly. And he tried. But then he said, you know what, let me do it this time their way. And they succeeded. Now, again, he's on call for Madam Hydra. And we don't know, Lady Hydra, and they don't know about it yet. So let's see what happens in the show. But, that's what we got. And then, to me, the finale was excellent. In the sense of how it actually motivates. And it motivated me to actually see another show, another film. I can't really wait what this society in this show is going to be like after this last episode, after the introduction of Isaiah's super soldier into the museum, right next to Steve Rogers, Captain America, which technically, while Steve Rogers was actually frozen on ice, Isaiah was the Captain America in the wars. He was there protecting everything. And something that you might have missed, and it's a possibility, everyone, is that Steve Rogers in Endgame, when he appears with the shield as an old dude, he probably knew that Isaiah existed. I think he knew Isaiah existed because the conversation that Bucky was having with Sam in the previous episode was that he actually knew that he existed. It was like, okay, I know what Isaiah has gone through. I know what's been happening in society. So I think the right move is to actually give the shield to Sam for him to make a change. That's why the struggle of, Bucky being mad with Sam and Sam not believing in the system, but most likely it was more so not him not believing in himself. He couldn't believe in himself to, change the course of history and the country and the government. And once he did that, we saw this in the final episode, that America was watching through TV. We only saw, of course, Isaiah's, but of course this was broadcasted throughout the entire nation. So this is something that's completely different. We'll see, the cause and effect in Captain America 4, and we'll definitely see it if there is a second season, which I really think that this show pertains to more of a TV show as well.
Yeah, I heard that this show, and I think it was Loki. I'm not sure of the other one, but I heard that this show is more likely to get a second season than WandaVision, because WandaVision, obviously the sequel or the second season is going to be in the Doctor Strange film. So I would love to see it. I think there is so much more to explore. And now another thing that we have to talk about is Sharon Carter, who she is evil now. And I was having a conversation with... Well, but I was having a conversation.
Sorry, before you do, hello, how you doing? Welcome.
Hola.
Johnny Cage here, special effects baby. Listen, Cage theaters right now.
Special effects baby.
Effects, yes.
But I was talking to Angelo, and he was telling me that he feels so sad that, the niece of Peggy Carter, who stood for something so powerful. ¿Qué pasa, Johncito Bonito? That Peggy Carter, who stood for something so powerful, now her niece is going against that, and it's an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, we got to see what happens there, because again, she's still hurt of what the government did. She still heard about how the government forgot about her, and even like her friends, because her friends forgot about her. Sam forgot about her. Bucky forgot about her. Everybody that knew her forgot about her, and that's why she was over there in the other side of the world. And we don't even know if she's actually working with somebody else or she's the one in charge of it. But we'll have to just see what happens there. And something that Metaverse actually hit right here. Hubo algo que pasó bien desapercibido con US Agent y Carly. Yo quería que ahí le diera la loquera de nuevo a US Agent. Ella le dijo, yo quiero matar a la gente que no importa, refiriéndose a su pana de color. Y ahí el tipo la miró como que tú dijiste, canto de loca. Yeah. That would have been crazy. And I think, and I don't know if this was one of the scenes that got reshot just because of the delay of Black Widow. But that would have been good if he actually went crazy there. But then again, maybe we don't have what we have right now, which is him preparing to be the U.S. agent for either the film or the next show. So we just have to wait and see what happens right there. And then it says, Sharon Carter, yo, what?
¿Tú crees que she's going to have a season, Sharon Carter? Su own show? O que season 2 sea para Sharon Carter?
Well,
that would be good.
That's not bad at all.
Ahora mismo she has access to everything in the government y ella lo va a usar para...
Yeah. Oh, this is good right here. Whitey says, Bendición. This episode was a protest versus the things that made people suffer and the other situations happening in the world. Yeah. This was pretty much that episode. And it's really good that it was given a chance to give the speech, because I think people expected a lot from a finale, and it was a lot. It's just probably not enough in some sort of sense that, people expect a little bit more action, a little bit more stakes, I think, maybe. But yeah, I still think it was a good episode. I don't think it was the greatest of all time, but I think it was still a good episode and a good finale. Es culpa que yo unirme. What?
Disculpa que
me uní tarde.
Don't worry. No
your own time. Your own time.
Sí, ahora es que vamos para lo bueno.
Yo creo que puede estar mind control, o es un scroll, o le lanzaron el cerebro, o le lavaron el cerebro. Todas esas opciones han pasado en los cómics, so se puede ir por cualquiera o por ninguna.
And I really think that the show, they're going to tie it into Secret Invasion. I really think so. Vela, que te lo estoy diciendo. I really think so, porque that's where they're going to explore the scrolls and how they start to take over the world, how they have to stop that. So I think there might be a possibility of a connection between Falcon and the Winter Soldier and then that show.
Could you imagine that actually Sharon Carter is dead and whoever's possessing her is a scroll? Eso
estaría brutal. That would be very efficient, honestamente.
Yeah.
And effective. So I give it.
All right. So any last thoughts before we jump into Mortal Kombat?
I want a continuation.
Yeah.
Porque, it's a good show, but it needed more meat, tú sabes, para to fully develop these characters. Even porque Bucky, por ejemplo, I was really excited to see him come full circle. And he actually faces the father of the boy that he killed, but there's something missing there. There's something missing there.
Yes, I felt joy for that, but I felt the same way as you. Whereas I still feel like that. I don't know. It's strange, but I liked it, and all in all, I really liked it. I enjoyed it. And I think it was a good finale. It was a good finale. But anyway, okay. Now we're getting into what happened. Something happened? Oh, wait a minute. Sorry.
Eso, o el momento de saber que me besé a mi tío, le recordó lo awkward que es Leia besando a su hermano Luke. Y solo por eso se hizo Mara. I like this. Es verdad. Mano. I honestly, rewatching Civil War, I don't understand why that happened between Captain America and Sharon Carter. Because I'm just like, bro, this is your niece.
No, technically it's not. The thing about this is that the thing about it is because in the end of Endgame, Steve Rogers ended marrying Peggy. Ended marrying Peggy, and you see the ring in his hand. He really didn't give fruit to Sharon. Now, in the reality that Steve Rogers kissed Sharon, she was just still another woman. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Sí, es verdad. Okay, I know what
like
you mean.
it wasn't. They're not blood. They're not blood at all. It's just that's his niece by marriage. That is it. They're not blood. But when they kissed, they weren't anything. Like Peggy wasn't anything of Steve in that moment. Like we just watch it right now because of what happened, and we're like, oh,
no importa. Para mí no importa.
Okay, no problem. That's
no
right.
Pruebo. Eso sí que no. Para eso no me parece.
Bucky es el ejemplo perfecto, el meme del boss cuando peleas en contra versus cuando le dijiste unlock como character. No entiendo por qué le dieron ese nerf.
Okay.
All right, so I get what you're saying. I'm going to explain it to you, Ash. So the thing about this comment is saying that when you fight a big boss on a battle, he's very hard to beat, right? But when you unlock him to use the big boss, if you don't know how to use this character, you're going to get your ass whooped. Exacto. So the character's getting beaten. The character's getting beaten shouldn't be beaten because he's actually a big boss.
Sí.
So I see what you're saying. It's like somebody taking control of me and then not knowing how to use me, but I'm a big boss. So, I'm, Citizen King.
Honestamente, Ozzy, I like this comment porque I felt that way with Bucky. I was rooting for Bucky. I think he was my favorite character, a little bit more than Sam in the show. Pero de verdad que the finale, I was just like, okay. Y entonces they gave him a background in Wakanda, but that came and left in like 2 episodes, and I was very disappointed with that because it would have made a great connection to Black Panther. Y possibly from there you could connect that to the sequel. Y maybe have the White Wolf make an appearance with his suit. So es como que este show es como que it was like when you go to a restaurant and you're waiting for your food and the waiter comes and you think that's your food, pero después estaban como que, no, sorry, para otra mesa al lado. That's how I felt with this show. That's how I felt with this show.
They would never do that to me, but I get the reference. Yes. I'm Johnny Cage. I actually private
special effects, baby.
Special effects, baby. Oh, sorry, not just me. Thank you for the try.
No. I'm the host of the show.
You're right. Lovely Ash. You can say it. Yes.
You got to learn your place. As long
as we go
Johnny Cage. You got to learn your place, Johnny Cage. Thank you. Next comment.
Next to you, right? Johnny Cage, baby. Special effects, right there. Anyway, let's continue reading the comments here. En caso de que si ninguno de los dos lo sabía, pero pues...
They knew. She told him like, Carter, I'm Peggy, and he went to the freaking funeral. No,
I mean, I told you.
No lo apruebo.
That's what I'm saying. But that was her niece, but not by blood.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's not blood.
Se ve mal como quiera.
Okay, that's fine. But here's the thing. I'll tell you this. Maybe he actually saw something in her that resembled Peggy. So that's why he felt a little bit attracted. Anyway, let's continue moving on. Diablo es el meme entre Bison and Street Fighter. Yes, tapas una pela siendo el final boss. Pero selecciónalo tú y senda mierda. Yes, exacto. Yep, ellos saben.
Not your food, exacto, así me sentí con
Not your food. Mira, Johnny Legacy, tú te comes la Kentuckita que te traigan, okay.
Fail.
I mean, I used to love Kentucky, yes. I would eat Kentucky. Yeah, anything for the fans right there, yeah.
Oh my god!
Anything,
Special effects, baby.
Anything.
Mira.
Okay. Yes, I can eat Kentucky. I was just asking.
You can't do any of that live. Ni en el teléfono tampoco. So thank you, Johnny Cage.
I was just consulting my
no,
nutritionist to see if I actually can eat Kentucky.
Tenía un stinky cheese.
Yeah, no, I got it. Yes. All right. So, are we jumping into?
Of course.
Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about the movie that I was in and I made and got people pumped up for the sequel, which is Mortal Kombat 2021.
Ay, bendito, Luli.
Oh, wait, wrong ending. Sorry.
Test your might.
Yeah. All right.
Who's gonna
you can start it. You're the host.
I can start?
There's no worries. Yes, you can start. You can take the light. Introduce me. You can introduce me.
Let me give you guys a small intro. So basically, I think this is going to be the third film, technically, because we have Mortal Kombat 1995. We have Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is a horrible movie. Sorry. And then we have this new adaptation in 2021. I'm not counting Mortal Kombat Legacy. I'm not counting Mortal Kombat Conquest, which we tried to watch that yesterday on HBO Max, and
I couldn't go past the first half of that episode.
Estuvo malo, gorito.
It was extremely cringy.
So this
unlike my movie, Susan Cage.
This is a new adaptation of Mortal Kombat, which is a very popular video game that has 11 games. My favorite one is Mortal Kombat 9. This film is directed by Simon McQuoid, and it stars Louis Tan, Jessica McNamee, Josh Lawson, Tadanobu Asano, Mikad Brooks, Ludi Lin, Shin Han, Joe Taslim, and Hiroyuki Sanada. I have to say, so I did a review the day it came out. I put it on my Instagram. We've seen this movie twice. The first time that I saw it, I gave this movie a 7 out of 10. Why? Because I think it has good fight sequences. It has very good casting. I love how everybody looks in their roles. It has amazing gore, which I was rooting for, but I was not expecting it as much as we had it in this film. But the story needs work. I did say that if you were a fan of Mortal Kombat, this is a must-see for you, because whether or not the story was great for some people or it was awful for some people, there are really some elements of this film that work and that represent well Mortal Kombat, the style that we know in the video games, whether it's certain fatalities that were shown, whether it's certain entrances that were shown in this film. So I recommended it to everybody that was a fan of Mortal Kombat. I had a blast watching this film. We watched it at 8 a.m. on that Friday when it came out. And I was cheering. I was laughing. I could not believe the fatalities that we saw. I could not believe the gore that I was seeing in the ceiling too. And I love this film. We saw it a couple of days ago, second time. And I think I enjoyed this movie more than I did the first time. And this might be one of my favorite video game adaptations and one of my favorite movies of 2021, because it's very enjoyable, even though it has certain problems in the story. I think that what happened with the story was that I feel that the beginning of this film is perfect. It's perfect. And I feel that if the film went on that same route for the 1 hour and 50 cents, you're confusing me. Stop doing that.
What am I doing? Sorry.
I said 50 cents. It's 1 hour and 50 cents, you guys. This movie.
It's 1 hour and 50 minutes. Sorry.
I feel that if the beginning was the same tone that we got in the film for the 1 hour and 50 minutes that it lasts, I would have given it a 10 out of 10. But when I saw the trailer, I said, if this film doesn't have a good story, but it has good fight sequences and it has good gore, I will let it pass. And that's what the film gave me. I feel that this is a good base for the sequels, and we are getting sequels because it already has made 50.1 million in the box office, which with a 55 million budget that they had. So that's not a lot, peeps. That's not a lot. I feel that Simon McCoy did the best that he could with the special effects, with the gore that was shown,
with the budget that was given,
and with the budget that was given. So this is one of my favorite films, and I have to say that you guys are sleeping on Kung Lao. He had the best entrance and he had the best fatality. And
I would have had it, but I wasn't there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pass it now to Johnny Cage.
Before
we saw him, we saw his belt. Yes. In the finale of this film.
If you guys missed it, I was in the end. I explained it at the beginning of the stream. I was at the end in a poster, and I'm in the sequel. So, support this movie. And I mean, the second one is going to be made no matter what. It's done. But I'm going to reach and read a couple comments here real quick before I actually jump into my opinion. Yo me voy a que controlar aquí.
No te tienes que controlar.
Yo solo voy a escuchar. You can talk all you have to. Mira, that's the point.
We cut the news porque el plan es para hablar de esto.
Yes. Third live action adaptation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Escape Ash Scoop it. Yeah. I love the YouTube series. Me too. It was great.
It's available on HBO.
It's on HBO Max right now. Mortal Kombat Legacy. It's right now available to watch. Está hablando de Nitara. Estás hablando de Nitara, se convirtió en Nit y Ara, ¿verdad?
Bien duro.
Yes.
Por la mitad.
Yes. The beginning of the movie felt like the Scorpion animated movie. Yes.
I agree.
It was just like that. This movie was a pilot. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so what did I think about this movie?
You, Johnny Cage.
This, special effects, baby. Baby. They don't need special effects for the next one. I am the special effects. And you can tell in every single movie that I'm there, you don't need wire works for me. You don't need a stunt double for me. Johnny Cage, baby. Special effects here. Yeah. Oh, Citizen Cage in theaters right now. Don't forget.
Oh my God, man.
After you watch, first watch Johnny and then go here.
I can't let you become this character, porque
wow. Okay. All right. So what did I thought about the movie? I really liked the movie. Now, again, there are flaws and I found them and I kept on looking at them. And to be quite honest, here's this fact, when we when we look too much into something, we are going to find flaws. And Mortal Kombat, for a very long time, has been represented in video games, adaptations, whether it is a show, whether it is a movie, or animated, it's already been represented. So this time, it was going to be a little bit different, and I understood that, and I observed. Now, when I started watching this movie, I got really excited because I do know the lore. I not fully, but I do know lore and I enjoy it. And it is a game. It is. Oh, excuse me. All right. So you're going to be okay. Yeah. She has to do something real quick. So
please don't do so much damage, Johnny Cage. Okay. I'll be right back, guys. I hope he's a good host.
I would
Special
never
effects, baby.
do this. Yeah, that's just, don't worry guys, that's just me. Anyway, special effects baby. All right, so I truly love the story. I mean the movie. And the reason why I love this is because I know what it is and I know what it stands for and what it has to be. And then I started to actually look out of just the script. I started watching budget constraints by a studio, how limited they could have been to do this story. And if you guys didn't know, the screenplay writer, to this story, Greg Russo, doesn't have much under his belt. This is pretty much his first big film ever. And I'm going to show you this real quick so that you guys can see who I am talking about. So let me share the screen if I remember how to do this. I haven't touched a computer in a long time. And, I'm filming all the time, so it's kind of hard to, do that when you're Johnny Cage, Citizen Cage in films, special effects, baby. Okay, here we go. That is it. This is the man. Now, I'm not bashing him. I'm just showing them who is this man. Greg Russo, a rookie script writer into big films. And this is the only thing he got. This is the only thing he's got. And category 6, I don't know what this is, but I'm pretty sure he's written small things that are not in his IMDb. And secondly to this, I'll show you who else was actually writing the script. Let me see right here. I gotcha. Okay, going back. And you're gonna know who this person is. So, secondly, this is the other person that was actually part of this script writing. All right. So this is Dave Callahan. Dave Callahan was in charge of the script of Wonder Woman 1984. Now, here's the fact. Oh, and here we go. Godzilla. Jean-Claude Van Damme Johnson. And Shang-Chi and the Legend. Oh, geez. This actually worries me. Yeah, so he's in charge of Shang-Chi. Well, I do hope that, everything is good to that. But he's in charge of a couple of things already that have been pretty good. Mortal Kombat screenplay, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. So we know that movie's coming. Expendables 4 and Hercules. But other than that, we understand that this is something new and they had a lot of lore to actually go with. But this is a unique story. They wanted to tell it to people that are new to the Mortal Kombat. They wanted to bring new people in. And it really didn't matter whichever one it is. Like, as some people say it worked, some people say it didn't work. I will respect those, opinions. But mine is that I really enjoyed this movie. And I want to go in detail, a deep dive into what exactly I enjoyed. But I want Ash to be here. And I think she just, she's right here.
I'm here.
Hello, Demon King Savage.
Demon King, just in time. What is up?
Yes.
We're talking about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
2021. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Right here.
Yeah, so John today is John E. Cage.
But who is John? You keep saying John. Who is
Isn't
John?
that your name?
Please.
Isn't that your name?
Is Johnny Cage.
You can't be rude to me. I'm the host of the show. How dare you?
I'm sorry. I apologize. I wasn't being.
So what I was saying was.
Whoa. Wow. Okay. Yes. Anyway. Sure. Okay. You distracted me. Sorry. So the story pretty much revolves around Cole Young. Cole Young is a has-been MMA fighter. We meet him in a cage match where he gets pummeled. He's fighting for $200 and he has a family, a wife and a daughter. And throughout the entire story, we actually see that Cole Young apparently has a mark of a dragon, which is the Mortal Kombat sign of the tournament. It is the logo of, the entire Mortal Kombat franchise. But in this film, it's actually marking that just says you are chosen for the Mortal Kombat tournament that happens every decade to defend. I believe it's every decade. Please, if I am not mistaken, is it every decade or every
but
100 years?
It depends on this film, though.
What do you mean it depends on this film?
I think they might have changed it.
No, I think it's still the same. I just forgot exactly how much time does it take for the next tournament to happen. I think it was 10 years. I think every decade or every yes, I think it's every 10 years if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, anybody in the chat please correct me. But this marking was actually now known as the marking for the Arcana, for the chosen ones, where the Arcana are the powers that we actually see in the video games. And it is something that I actually enjoyed a lot because it actually still brings it down to a level where we can still feel a little bit, close with these characters. Whether you have a destiny and you're chosen for it, whether it is, being a banker, being a lawnmower, being a fighter.
I wanted to say, I think that's why it was important to have a character like Cole Young in this film, because he's the one that makes that connection.
Yes. Now, yeah, and we'll dive in depth of what people, what the characters are in the long run. But Cole Young, after this, we see Cole Young, struggling, and he goes out with his family, and we see how the opposite side, the Netherworld. The Outworld people. We got introduced to Shang Tsung and Sub-Zero and Scorpion at the beginning of the film, which was by far, in my opinion, either the second best or the first best scene of the entire movie. That entire sequence of the beginning, I really enjoyed it a lot. And from the beginning, especially when Hanzo Hasashi, which is Scorpion, says to his wife, "I am blessed to have you," or "I'm blessed to be with you." That actually got to me. And I said, oh my gosh, is this type of film? That's where we're going to go. And I actually felt it.
I remember that we were getting emotional and I looked at John and I was like, why is a Mortal Kombat movie making me cry in this whole sequence? Like I said, this movie is something else. Like,
yeah. So, after we continue seeing this, we see that, Cole Young is being chased by Sub-Zero, a lethal assassin, a ninja of the Lin Kuei. But at this point, he's pretty much working with the sorcerer, Shang Tsung. So we actually have to know how he's alive, because he would have been dead by this point. Either he went and made a deal with Shang Tsung to have eternal life. We don't know. We might see this in the sequel. Because we know that the actor actually signed for 4 movies. So there must be, and there probably will be, an explanation to why Sub-Zero is alive all these hundreds of years afterwards. But in any case, we see Sub-Zero chasing every single person that's wearing the mark, because Shang Tsung does not want the prophecy of the chosen warrior to actually defeat every single Outworld opponent and win the tournament that will erase all the first 9 wins of this tournament to actually take over Earthrealm in this case. So we see this throughout the story. Jax faced him, where it's a brutal fight, and I freaking loved it. The fatality that Sub-Zero actually does to Jax está demasiado. But overall, from that point, we see the journey that we take, and we meet Kano, we meet Sonya, we meet Reptile, all the characters. We meet Cabal. Who else did we meet? Reiko. I think Reiko is the guy with the hammer. Kung Lao, Liu Kang, Raiden. Who else? Jeez, Shang Tsung, Melina, Nikita.
I gotta say some stuff about Goro, but we'll talk about it.
Natira.
I got it right here. It is Natara.
Natara, yes.
Yeah. So Sonya played Kano, Raiden, Jax, Liu Kang, Shang Tsung, Bi-Han, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Kung Lao, Melina, Cabal, Goro, Reiko, and Nitara. Those are all the characters.
Yes. So a lot of things happened in this that I really enjoyed, and I want to go and deep dive into how each character actually impacted me. So, do you want to start it off? Or do you want to say something?
No. I'll you can start it, and then if I have anything to add, then I'll.
Yeah. So
I will add it.
I'll continue with the story. So throughout the story, we actually see that Liu Kang actually recruits all the fighters that were actually in the desert, which was Cole Young, Sonya, and Kano. Liu Kang found them in the desert, and they actually trained in Raiden's temple. This big ass, subterranean temple, and we get to see Kung Lao finally in a film. And then afterwards, we get the training. We get all the kicks here and there, and we see the protagonist Cole Young actually struggling with how do you get your powers, your arcana, which is with the marking. And later we actually understand that he's a descendant from the Hanzo Hasashi bloodline, which is pretty cool. But one thing that people were complaining about was that Cole Young kind of didn't have an impact on people, like not as much as people wanted it, and he was like the surrogate character and the gateway for us as fans. And I wanted to have your opinion on that, Ash.
I honestly felt that way the first time, but I didn't think it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? I think I've seen worse characters on screen. When I saw it the second time, I remember looking at you and I was like, Cole Young is not that bad. The problem, I think it's not with the actor. I think it's more the writing and how they developed the character. And the actor can only do so much if a character is not well developed or well written, And I say this because when I was watching the film, I was thinking, where have I seen this man before? Because he looked familiar. And he actually was in Deadpool 2. He played Shatterstar.
Yeah, he played Shatterstar.
He was in Iron Fist. He's like the drunk guy that Iron Fist fights at the season finale. And he was actually cast as Iron Fist before Netflix made the change to give it to the other actor, which is something that's really...
sucked. Something that's new, and we didn't know about that. I was like, whoa, wow.
And he's saying these things now because he's actually fighting for more Asian representation and diversity in Hollywood.
And he doesn't have a contract after that, but he's still in Netflix actually with the show.
He has a show on Netflix called Wu Assassins, and they are actually developing a film titled, I think it's Quantum Spy, which is based on Wu Assassins, if I'm not mistaken. So the curious thing about this case is that so many people didn't like Cole Young and they were blaming the actor, but so many fans of Louis Tan actually came forward and said he was underutilized. And I had people close to me that they were telling me that he's actually a great martial artist and that they underutilized him in this film in terms of how they showcase his fighting sequences. And so it was interesting to see, because when you see a response like that, you do say like, wow, it was possibly the script's fault, the writing of this character. The second time that I saw this, I didn't mind Cole Young. I actually liked him a little bit better than the first time. And I think it works because we have that connection with Scorpion at the beginning with what happens to his family. It actually made me, this is my perspective, it made me care for his family and the fact that I didn't want what happened to Scorpion's family to happen again to Cole Young.
Yes.
You know
I did not want that to happen again. It was like a cycle, crazy cycle.
So for me, So for me, it's the case that I thought the character was fine. It's just a problem of writing. Again, it's the story. I don't think it's the actor per se. I was rewatching a couple of clips of the things that I thought, of where I had seen him, like in Deadpool and all that stuff, and he actually is a good actor. So
yeah, indeed, and I did enjoy the presence of Cole Young. I understand when people are saying like he was like cold and then there wasn't much that they could interact with. It's more personal opinion, and I understand that. And we're gonna go on to deep diving into this. But it says here, I know that we passed the Falcon and the Winter Soldier spotlight, but go to Discord and send a picture. You want us to send a picture?
No,
you guys sent a picture.
She sent a picture.
Okay.
Yeah. We talked about that, Bianca. About
we did.
The Twitter change and the bio and all that stuff. I actually mentioned it. That was really impressive to see when we're talking about it.
But again, going back to the story, eventually we see how the fighters, and we see all the moves and all the how they were showing us the game moves. The Kung Lao's entrance. By the way, I want to. You know what? I'm gonna go bit by bit, and I want to talk about the characters one by one.
Cool. That was the best.
And chat, please tell me what you think about each character that I'm going to start talking about. And we're gonna start talking about fresh start. We're gonna start talking about in order of what I got here, real quick. Okay, we're gonna talk about this character. And then we're going to talk about their powers, their appearance, and what you guys thought. And did they do anything for you in this story? So we're going to start with Cole Young. Ash, take it away. You already said Cole Young, right?
Yeah, I think you have to say your part.
Okay,
for me as a character, very poorly written. That's all that I have to say. Okay. And very poorly developed. That's it.
Yeah. For me, I would say the same thing. Excuse me, I got some wires here.
Not the actor's fault. Let me clarify.
Yeah.
Not the actor's fault.
The actor is a great actor.
Yeah. Louis Tan is legit. So
yes. So Cole Young to me was kind of like a hit or miss type of character, because this guy is completely new. This character is completely new in the lore. He does not exist in Mortal Kombat but this film. So it's a new character. It's an introduction. For what it was worth, I did enjoy his presence. It wasn't something out of this world. He didn't made an impact in this movie. And I think if he wasn't there, I would have been fine still. But I did, enjoy seeing him. The connection that he had with his family, I didn't really feel that much for his family, and I don't want to sound like very mean to it, but I don't know. There wasn't that weight to it. Yeah, and Cole was useless.
But I think he was. It's like what I said. For me, mezclándolo con lo de Scorpion, it made sense. Por lo menos. Was it necessary? No.
The thing about it is that
no.
I like Cole Young, but the fact is that how can you get your ass whooped in an MMA fight? Which I kind of understand. I mean, I wouldn't. Some people say, how can you get your ass whooped in an MMA fight and then you can defeat a champion of, destroyers of worlds of
that's different. Yeah.
Like what?
Okay, that's different because he found his arcana in that scene. So he had a superpower, ¿me entiende?
Yeah. But that's why I was gonna go to. And then how can you beat an MMA fighter? I mean, how can you not beat an MMA fighter but beat this guy from Outworld, for like the champion of all champions in that sake? But then that was what I was gonna go to. At this point when he was fighting Goro, which some people complain like, oh, why did he kill Goro? Oh, he killed Goro. He got his arcana. And what I would say is the Arcana, the superpower that he got. People say, "Oh, that sucks. It doesn't." I don't want that. I get it. I get that is probably the weakest one, or no, not even the weakest one. It is the less cool. Excuse me. No. Hello. You. Oh. What did I just do? Okay. Wow. Disrespect.
Wow.
Citizen Cage. It just wants to do Citizen Cage.
Special effects, baby.
Special effects, baby. Right here. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Back to one and action. So the thing about it is that it is the less cool power. It is the less cool power. Now, is it a strong power? I think it is. I think it truly is a strong power, and he's just started using it. He started knowing the capability of what he can do. Now, can he do more? Probably in the next film. Probably. It will be a little bit cooler than just getting like knives and a baton. But what I really took out of it is like how much damage he would take. Because if you go back into the storyline, he gets beaten to a pulp and he continues and gets back up in the fights, in the MMA fights. So the Arcana actually comes from your soul. It comes from who you are as an individual. So, it flourished and it became an almighty armor that can absorb attacks and just throw it back. He became Asian version of the Black Panther suit. Yeah, like the Black Panther, the one that Shuri built for him.
Yeah, but like, first time I hated his suit. Second time I hated it even more. I didn't like it. I didn't like his look, honestamente. I would have preferred if they would have. I know that, again, this goes back to the budget. They were very limited on budget, but with a bigger budget, you know what would have been awesome? If all of the things that he had on his suit were actually on his skin. They would come out from his skin.
Yeah.
I would have said there like, coño, mano, pero you guys have to take in consideration that this was only a 50 million budget. This is not a lot to work with.
Yes. What I want to say in answer to this comment is that I believe that's what happened. Sparrow Wolf.
The blade.
No, but
he used summoned, the blade.
No. But what he's trying to say is that when he used the kunai, because he cut himself with the kunai and the DNA was in the kunai, that's how he summoned. That's what he's trying to say. Like, did he summon him through did he summon him through the DNA with the kunai because that was Hanzo Asashi's kunai? And yes, the answer is yes. I understood. Yeah. Yes. His Arcana is overpowered. That's what I was saying. Like, his Arcana is something that allows him to take as many hits as possible, but the only thing that he has to protect is his head. The only thing that's not covered is his head. So if he gets smashed in the face, he will feel it. He will probably die. Now, his body was able to take hits, and the reason why Goro probably died, and it wasn't easy, honestly, to beat Goro. It wasn't easy because I know that what was it? They made it look easy to beat Goro. How the fuck? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy just because. Remember, without his Arcana, he couldn't have even defeated Goro. Now, conveniently, his Arcana was take as much hits as possible and nothing will happen to you. So it was just a convenience. Goro would never be easily defeated like that. It was just a convenience of a power that Cole had to defeat Goro. I would have preferred that it would have been a different character.
I bet that's on Goro, but I will talk about that later.
Yeah, I would have preferred that it was a different character other than Goro. Anybody that is not very key to the film, and that's why people really don't like it because they say it doesn't really look cool or anything like that. But I understand, I get it, Or did Scorpion just pop out of hell por su cojones? And I said, no, it was the blade. It was the blade. It was the blade.
Yeah.
Q, by the way, Sub-Zero, tu papá, si no se juntan dos, no le ganan. By the way, yes, again. Yep. And fight scene result sets the stage for new Cyborg. Yes, it does. It does set him up. Definitely. But yeah, I mean, Johnny Cage special effects. We don't need that with me. You know, Citizen Cage. Don't forget, guys, in theaters now. Yeah, yeah. Don't forget about that. Anyway, coming back to Mortal Kombat, el trajecista de Cole que se lo copiaron a Captain de Siete Deadly Sins contra Ataque. Okay, I haven't seen that, but I'm guessing it does represent the character. Él tiene mucho rage por dentro y luego canalizaba esterilidad. Yeah. Él sigue siendo useless.
Bendito.
Yo ya aprendí 5 incensios para que cuando salga MK2 en la primera escena le hagan un fatality de carajo a Cole y ya.
Oh my God. Mira, there's so many people that want Cole to die at the beginning of the sequel. Y I'm holding out for Cole. I'm holding out for Cole. No es culpa del actor.
So people, you want him to get a fake version of an original fake version of Johnny Cage Annihilation, like Mortal Kombat Annihilation, where that fake Johnny Cage died at the beginning. That's what you want. I see. I get it.
Me gusta esto que dice el Dro.
The only nice thing about the armor is that it comes out of a bracelet that is daughter made for him for protection. It would have given better if the daughter had died. Then there would have been more weight to the awakening of his arcana.
Eso hubiese estado.
Here's the thing. I think that would have been great, but then you would hear people say, "Oh, they're just doing exactly what happened to Hanzo." So, that's gonna happen.
There's not a middle ground. No, yo sé, pero bendito, que me da pena.
All right, so we're done with Cole Young, right? Now, Sonya Blade. Ash, you can start with Sonya Blade. Let's talk about Sonya Blade, my future wife.
Excuse you.
Mira,
I like this Sonya Blade because Sonya Blade is known for being like a very tough character, not only in her looks but her attitude. I think this was a nice balanced Sonya Blade who actually not only was tough and she had her history with the army, but she was also she was vulnerable, and I appreciate that because I don't think that I don't think that a lot of people are made of stone, you know what I'm saying. I loved her vulnerability. I love that she was scared at some point when she understood what it meant to have the brand of Mortal Kombat, and she wasn't born with it.
The marking of the dragon.
The marking, yes. So I really liked this Sonya Blade. I'm still curious to see what else they are going to do with her now that this movie has made money and hopefully there's going to be a sequel. I liked her relationship with Jax. Again, this is a problem more of the story, but I wish we would have gotten more scenes of them together, maybe in the army. We do get pictures or something a little more developed so that I could feel a connection with her and Jax, because I don't feel it in this film as much as I felt it in Mortal Kombat Legacy or even in the old adaptations of Mortal Kombat. So that will be my only thing. I think the actress did a good job for Sonya Blade, and I'm excited to see what else are they going to do with her and how her banter is going to be with Johnny Cage when he appears in the sequel, because that's one of the things that I love about Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade's relationship. Their banter, the fact that they hate each other, and then nobody ever expected them to end up together, but they actually did, and they have a daughter, Casey Cage. So
Cassie Cage.
Oh, sorry. Cassie Cage. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Again, all of the things that I say negatively about these characters is it's more of a problem of how the story was developed and written.
Yes. So Jessica McNamee, the actress that portrays Sonya Blade, same thing. I enjoyed her. I enjoyed the depth because again, when you really take a look at this, you see a person that really was also desperate to be the protector, that is envious of a dick face, which is Kano. Envious of a person like that to actually have a marking, and she doesn't have one. She was never born with one. She's not chosen, and this actually hurts her in a way where you can actually see it. If you pay attention to the film, you see that Sonya, every time that they talk about the chosen ones, the marking, the arcana, protection, everything that has to do with the tournament and the sorcery and the danger of this, she wants to be part of it, and she sometimes feels like an outcast. She was an outcast, and she actually said it in a small storyline with Jax when she actually joined for the very first time the Special Forces, and they were pushing her to like quit because she was a woman, and she was the woman that actually overcame those obstacles and was better than everybody else in the Special Forces. So the mentor in this case was Jax to her, and again, she's great. I love the physical appearance is something new, something cool.
She's really beautiful.
I really liked this version more than the Sonya that was in the original MK. I know that the original MK Sonya was a badass, just a straight up badass, but this one actually gave more depth to that character and made us feel a little bit more, and for her, in our opinion, made us feel a little bit more. So we felt a little bit more in tuned to her character. Also, one thing that I did have a complaint, and I think the chat is going to agree with me, and please tell me if I'm wrong, but how the fuck did she knew that her arcana was shooting that blast out of her hands? We know it was going to be that because we've seen it, but how in the story did she knew that her arcana power was going to be that, when in the scene that she kills Kano, like she kills him, all of a sudden you cut to Cole and she appears from a freaking teleporter from Raiden, and she does a flip and boom and shoots and kills Melina.
But you know what I have to say about that now that I've thought about it, because go.
And for everyone else that was new to the arcana power, they had to discover through a particular emotion or situation which one it was. Like, for example, Cole, his family was in danger, and that was his ultimatum. Like, he needed to, from his soul all the way up, like it was covered, like it started. So it was more it acted on its own type of thing. So it covered him with the armor, right? Kano, it acted on its own. He was angry. He was pushed to the brink of like, you're a dog, which I freaking loved. That, and the way they were pushing him in that dinner. He was pushed to the brink of, almost killing somebody, and his anger, his rage, came through, the pain that he probably still felt from the scratch of Reptile, and the beam came out of his eye unwillingly. Like he didn't do it. It was on its own. But how did Sonya knew how to do this? And the blast would come off her wrist, her forearm. That is my what in the fuck is that?
So for that, I have to say
I get that that's your power, and I know it. But how the fuck did that happen?
So that's the thing about this film, that I feel that it could be a good thing and a bad thing. This film and its writing, this film is for Mortal Kombat fans. So the movie is already assuming that when you go to the theater or when you watch it on HBO Max, you're going to know all of these characters and you're going to know all of the superpowers. And it doesn't bother to take up the time. It doesn't bother to take up the time to explain it to a new audience. And I think that that is one of this film's biggest failures, because for a new audience, people are going to be confused because we have characters who they do have an introduction, but it's not fully explained to the point where new audiences can dive in and get to know all of these characters individually. They're just assuming that you are a fan of Mortal Kombat and you're going to go see this film because you know Mortal Kombat, you've played the games, and that is the situation that's happening with Sonya's arcana and her powers. They assume that we as an audience know, oh, this is her power in the video game. Obviously, that's what she's going to do in the film. So that's another thing. Again, this is all in the writing and how they develop the story. This movie can feel very, very faithful to Mortal Kombat fans. But for a new audience that comes in, they're just going to be like, okay, what the fuck? They're going to have the questions that you have. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's what I think about that.
And I just wanted to read it here that Wonder Woman told her in that WW84 speech broadcast, "Love beam." That's how they were called, love beams.
Wonder Woman. They're gonna put it back on HBO Max in
she killed Kano. Yeah, we know. That's what we're saying.
Like it's how does she know?
It's how does she know
it was going to come out?
That like the love beams were the ones that were going to be her powers of the Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
She did not practice that. We didn't see that. We saw Kano's power come out through rage, and it had a will of its own. And then we saw Cole Young's one come out with a will of its own. But then, how did Sonya, when she appeared, knew to actually put her hands like this? Boom! She didn't even have a gun or something to actually simulate that she was gonna shoot. She only had her punch and does boom like that. How does she know that was gonna be her Arcana? She shouldn't have known that.
Yeah, and she's the only character who doesn't get that experience of feeling her Arcana coming in, because you mentioned Cole Young, and he has a whole scene where he's just like about to have a heart attack because his Arcana's coming through. Le va a dar un yello ahí.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't have that unless she had it off screen.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't make sense for the film if you explain every other character's Arcana origin.
Mm-hmm.
Not every other character, but the characters that had none. The character, because already Liu Kang had his, Kung Lao had his, but Kano, Cole Young, Jax, which that's another one, and her, like every other one is actually shown and how it appears properly as from like 0 to 100. Yeah. But she's already at 100 when it comes up. It's like, whoa. Yeah. How did we didn't see it? Like, we saw you blast it, but how did you know it was that? How did you get it? Was it a cut scene? Like it was cut and she needed to hurry up and get to the film, or maybe a deleted scene that we have, it's not there. But that's what I'm saying, Anyway, that's it for Sonya. Let's go to Kano. Jesus Christ. This guy was the entire movie until he died. I freaking loved Kano. I love the actor that actually portrays him, Josh Lawson. Kano was a great character in this film. The comedic timing was awesome. Not better than mine when I'm in the second movie. But yes, it was, Citizen Cage. Check it. No. I'm the special effects, baby. All right. Yeah. But yes, Kano. It was great. The comedic timing was awesome. Every single scene that Kano was in, it was gold. It was gold. The fucking beauty and like, what the fuck?
No, my favorite. No, the best line that he has is when he tells Kung Lao that he's gonna shove up his hat so far up his ass that he's gonna start speaking Spanish.
Yes.
That's the best. That was the best one.
I'm gonna take that hat of yours, stick it up so far off your ass, you're gonna start speaking Spanish.
Yeah, that should have me like dying. Yeah,
I really love it. I want to make a pause real quick. She was in the heat of battle, saw a friend in need, and did what her instincts told her.
Ay, Aldro.
No.
No tacos for you.
My instincts would have said, go and kick her ass. Not shoot a non-existent beam that you don't know if you have or not. I love you, Aldros, but no. That is not how you. It's like my instinct told me jump from a building and I can fly. What happens if that's not your power?
So that's what happened to Wonder Woman.
Dead.
Yeah.
It's like if I have no safe, like fallback safety, no. Anyway, what if he was like, oops, nothing came out. Cole Young, done. Like no. Going back to Kano. Yes, Kano was hilarious, and this ever since like. What was the best scene? The burrito one. I mean, not the burrito. The
sombrero one.
The sombrero one was funny.
Yeah.
I freaking loved when he was actually beating Cole Young. I was like, I think I see a little column right there. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
No, you're right. There's nothing there.
I think I think I also like the whole banter. When he was in Sonya Blade's house and the first time that we meet him, and then when he battled Reptile as well. So I would say. That was a good beginning for him, but for me, nothing tops the whole sombrero joke thing because I couldn't believe he said that. It was such a that it was one of the few well-written lines.
The 2 times we saw it, the 2 times we
laughed.
Yeah. I'm gonna shove that hat off so far up your ass, you can start speaking Spanish. It was great. It was great. And all the way up to the desert, like you said, that chemistry, because even though you're insulting somebody, there still has to be chemistry between you for that to actually be not boring. And Kano was never boring. And anybody that actually reacted to Kano, and whether it was a small moment or a huge one, everybody reacted to him perfectly, to everything. So Kano was actually one of the MVPs, probably the MVP. Wow. That's a cage burp right there.
Wow.
Jesus. You won't see them in the movies, but I'm sorry. Anyway, Kano was amazing. So
yeah, I don't have any complaints. I don't have any complaints because I think he was written how I imagined him to be in real life, and I think I was even telling this to John. I was like, I think he served as he filled that emptiness of Johnny Cage in this film.
My emptiness. No, I told him, when I saw him, like, Josh, like, don't worry, I know you could do it. That's why I told him that they could hire you as Kano. So when I'm in the second movie, all you got to do is just make sure you're not in the spotlight. Because I'm going to take over. That's why I want to give you this movie so that you can shine first and let me go and do Citizen Cage. Theaters now, baby. Special effects, baby. So I'm going to be in the second one. How it shows in the end that I'm going to be. That's right. The Johnny Cage, poster was there for that. But Kano fue el host. Yes, Kano was the host of the movie. El puto amo. Kano fue la gota de derramo mi copa para odiar a Raiden.
We're going to talk about Raiden. Raiden fue
We're going to jump into Raiden.
Menos favorito.
O sea, Ray Pago Gatekeeper, what the hell? And then tengo ganas. Eso por lo menos cuenta como Ultra Instinto. The hell happened to the God of Thunder? Sí. Yeah. So because of that, you know what? Let's just jump. Since we're in the topic of Raiden, we're gonna go into Raiden right now. Lord Raiden, played by Tadanobu Asano. Lord Raiden. ¿Qué tú piensas? What do you think, Ash?
Honestly, I liked how he looked. I loved his entrances with the thunder and all that stuff. I think that was very effective. I do have to say that he's my least favorite character because I know Raiden from what I've seen in video games and what I've seen in the previous films, and I know that this is a new adaptation, but I feel that this Raiden would do certain things or just say things for his convenience and not for the convenience of his fighters. And I don't believe that Raiden is that type of person based on what I've seen in the video games and based off what I've seen in the other films and adaptations. So Raiden here would be like, oh, I can't do this, but then when it was convenient for him, oh yeah, I can teleport anybody. And I'm like, oh, you couldn't do that like, I don't know, an hour ago. You had to do it now when it's convenient for you. That
was my problem with this Raiden.
Yeah.
It's like, can you get involved or can you not get involved? pick or choose. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, are you gonna get involved? Then do it. If you're not gonna get involved, then just stay out of it. Because convenient, like you said, conveniently he could teleport anybody anywhere. Now, here's the thing. For those who have watched or haven't watched the movie, I am sorry for what I'm about to say, but if in the end of the movie you see Shang Tsung confronting Raiden, like he wouldn't do me, but confronting Raiden, and Raiden all of a sudden just does and teleports him out of Outworld, like out of Earth. Why did he not do the same thing when Shang Tsung was killing Kung Lao?
Estoy bien mal día con eso también.
Because if you didn't do, he said, "Oh, when he brought everyone to the world between worlds, the white foggy place," and he said, "Oh,
the in between,
the in between. Oh, I cannot save everybody. I cannot get involved. I'm sorry." And then you see at the end Cole Young saying, "I thought you couldn't get involved," and he was like, "It's like, oh, so you let Kung Lao get killed, you motherfucker."
Sí, que estúpido.
Like, what in the hell? Like the convenience. No. That's why this Raiden. I did like. Here's the thing.
I like the actor.
I like the actor.
The character,
and it's completely fine. Some people say that he doesn't look very Lordy-like and God of Thunder-like. My guys, you know, he could have been anybody. You know, Lord Raiden could have been anybody, any actor, any race, anything. And he's still God of Thunder. Now, was he as imposing as a god? Is that what we're talking about? Then yes and no. Yes, because he knows he has this power. No one can touch him. You already saw in the film that he's untouchable, pretty much. But no, because the way that he is portrayed is as weak and given up on everything. Now, I can actually try and defend this fact right here that I just said about weak and hopeless. And as he's talks to Cole, he says, like, you know, these are the fighters we're gonna lose, and you know we don't need any more of this. The tournament has been lost 9 times before, and Raiden is the one god in charge of Earthrealm. So his physical appearance would have been like that, like destroyed, desperate, you know, not giving a shit because Earthrealm is about to be taken. And Shang Tsung is doing things illegally behind the backs of the elder gods because the rules of Mortal Kombat are not installed. And you're just going to let this happen. If you get involved with Shang Tsung outside of the tournament, that he's not actually following the rules, that is okay because you're bringing balance to what is supposed to be. But if you get involved in the tournament, then that is where you're doing it wrong. So that's where my problem is. Like, are you going to get involved or not? Like, we're not in a tournament, so you're not breaking any rules. You're preventing your people from getting destroyed, from things happening to them. And since this was happening, you know, that's why I had a problem with Raiden. It's like, I don't understand where your allegiance is or what you really want to do. It's not clear cut. Like every single Raiden and every single fighting game and every single story that has been brought up, you know, he's been straight and narrow, knowing exactly his true intentions. Now, this could have been a new interpretation where, you know, this Raiden is very, you know, hopeless again with what has been done. Like they have lost it 9 times. But again, he's a god. If they lose Earthrealm, nothing's going to happen to him. He's a god. He just leaves. And just like Aldro said here, the lightning guy from Big Trouble in Little China is still the best Raiden in any movie. I mean, I don't know. But going back to some comments here real quick. Brother Raiden, en términos de rol en la movie, oh my God.
Yeah.
Literalmente puso un portón y fue Uber.
Yeah. I didn't like I saw eso para mí when he put the whole the barrier and then Kano got the cane and destroyed it. I'm just like, pero Raiden, like he would be more savvy than that. ¿Tú me entiendes? He would have that. He would have
savvy.
He would have that
paying
with
attention
him.
more to, like, you know, it's kind of like weird.
Tiraron la lógica por la ventana.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Mira mi banned comment. Oh, you banned comment. Wait. Oh,
you got a banned comment?
There's a banned comment? Let me see.
¿Dónde?
No lo veo.
No lo veo.
I can't see it. Oh, shit. Literal.
I'm confused.
Yeah, there's no banned comment. I mean, a lo mejor se fue because there's a amount of time.
Deja que desbloqueen. Que no me sale. That's weird.
Yeah, I can't see it. But yeah, it just didn't make sense. Now, people were saying about the clothes. Okay. The clothing, it doesn't really have to.
That's the least of the problems here, guys.
Yeah, the clothing is the least of the problems.
Sorry.
Because honestly, I get the clothing. I get the clothing because at the beginning of the movie, he had a cool costume, like a great costume. I don't know if you're able to actually look up that photo, Ash, for me, if you can.
Let me see it. There's not a lot of pictures from the film, so
yeah,
I see it here.
Yeah, it's at the very beginning. He had the clothing. Oh, lo puse again. Let me see.
I got it.
Lo puse again. No, he said he put the comment again.
Oh.
Y me sale banned. That's so weird.
No, aquí no sale. Nosotros estamos en el Stream Manager y no sale.
Yeah, I can't see it.
It's weird. Mira este. ¿No?
¿Sí? Oh, yeah. Ese sí se vio. We actually put it in. Yeah, no más reading que es pero junto.
Okay.
This one. Yeah. So that one looks pretty cool. You know, that one looks very cool. That is pretty much close to what we got from like lore and an adjusted one. So I like that one. But the reason why the other one is there is because he probably lost hope and he doesn't care anymore. Now, whether do gods of thunders like take a shower? I don't know. He's a god. Maybe, maybe not. I got no idea. He was just giving two craps about how he was looking because he was about to, like, Earthrealm was about to get consumed by Outworld. But again, I just didn't like the interpretation of Raiden that much.
How he was written. This is not the Raiden.
Yeah, how he was written, I didn't like it. I like the fact that it was actually represented by an Asian actor. That was pretty cool. But it's just the way that he was written. It was like, man, like Raiden from here, Raiden to like
no, he let the best character die. Eso yo no se lo perdono.
He let the best. Oh my God.
He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back to the sequel, and I'm gonna be like, no, tú sabes, whatever.
There is no tournament on Wednesday. No, not today. No. There's no fighting tournament today.
Probably next week.
Yeah, probably next week, but it's probably not going to be Wednesday either. It's probably going to be a Saturday one.
Yeah, Saturday or Friday, depending.
Yeah,
we'll announce it.
But yeah, okay. So now let's jump to Kung Lao.
Kung Lao. The best one.
Kung Lao. Okay, Kung Lao is the best character outside of Kano.
Kano and Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
Oh yeah, sorry, Kano, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. He was the best character in the good guy side, like that. He let his he did. He just didn't let him die. He let his soul get sucked. It's like, bro, Raiden.
See, no.
Like, why?
The first time I was really mad when that happened. The second time I was equally as mad.
I'm really pissed at Raiden, bro. Like
Raiden sucks.
Like and like he was the ultimate fighter. Like honestly, he was the best fighter out of them all. And he was
the only one who he literally broke a woman in half. Baba. He had the best fatality.
I think he had the second fatality. He was the second fatality of the movie. Like, no, the third. He had the third.
And he had the best. And he had the best entrance. Best entrance.
Oh my God, the entrance. The hat is on the floor because when he hit, boom, when he hit Cabal, I think it was, or Sub-Zero, and he broke the grapple that he had with Liu Kang, and then he comes from the ground like boom, boom. It's like, oh my God! It was him entering from the video game. It's like
I want to shout out to Ozzy because he said that he's like, it's like when you pick a character in the video game and then it's like Kulao, and then you start fighting.
It was great, man.
Incredible.
I love this Kun Lao. It was excellent. And we comment a funny thing about the tournaments. Neither was any tournament in the movie.
Yeah.
What?
There was no tournament in the film.
No. He says funny thing about tournaments. Neither was in any tournament
neither was any tournament in the movie. So nothing that happened in the film were tournaments.
Right. Okay. If that's what you're trying to say. Loading. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, no. I mean, I get, and here's another thing. People are saying, "Oh, this movie is Mortal Kombat, and there is no tournament." But there is Mortal Kombat. I understand that this movie is based off a tournament to save the realms. This is what actually defines ultimately what Mortal Kombat is. But if you go a little bit further than that, the movie is named Mortal Kombat. The Mortal Kombat happens anywhere. It's like mortal because you died, and combat, you're fighting anywhere. So technically, the movie did what it had to do. There was just a small detail, a big detail. You can whether you consider it big or small, whichever one it is just a detail. The tournament was pushed back to the second movie to anticipate even bigger, stakes. So the movie is still living up to its expectations where it is Mortal Kombat. The tournament is not there, but the fact that things are happening in combat, it does happen. Like the actual Mortal Kombat happens. People die in combat fighting. So that is the essence of Mortal Kombat.
And it's mortal.
And it's mortal. So you die, and I think the essence of that is there. That's what it was. Lo que es esa movie y el Gold Child, papi, masacote. What the Can we talk about how Kano keep falling from that trip? Oh my God.
It was so silly. And Sanjay was like, I'm going to give you $3 million. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll do it. And I'm like,
no, but I think Demon King, you mean about the kick? He kept falling for that kick. Is that the only thing you could do? I was like, boom, and he fell again. And that was actually a trope to video games because when people do the same move, like the players complain, is that the only move you can do? It's like, yes, and I'm going to continue doing it till you actually block it.
Say hello to me.
Or evade it. So
that's enough for me.
Continue doing it. So that was actually a good one, Demon King.
For team push buttons.
For team push buttons, yes.
Yeah.
Context for the joke. No tournament here tonight, ni tampoco en la movie.
Yo te entendí. John se quedó así, mira.
Yes. But yes, going back to Kung Lao, and then we'll jump to the next character. Yes, Kung Lao had the coolest, combat skill because his actual martial art is, I think is wushu. I think it was wushu.
You don't ask me about that.
No, it wasn't wushu. Wasn't it wushu? Famous martial arts. Wait. Martial arts of, what was it? Ip Man, because it was the Ip Man. Wing Chun. Not wushu. Wing Chun. It was Wing Chun. Wing Chun is actually his martial arts, and he pretty much is fast hands with that one. And he actually showcased that a little bit. There was a little cut scene when he was fighting Cole Young, where he did like the rapid fist, and he did it over his shoulders, like fuck. Like this guy is fast, quick, and the fact that he knew how good he was and how cocky he was because of that, it was great. It was fantastic. But I really enjoyed Kung Lao. I enjoyed the fact that he killed Nitara or Nati. Nitara is right. Nitara.
Yep.
On that fatality, like the fatality of Olu's, like, and fatality.
Yeah, he had great. The best one. And I love when he finished it and he was just like flawless victory.
Yeah, because she didn't do anything.
You were a flawless victory, like, babe.
And then
but guys, listen. Dead. So many people are sleeping on this character. Kung Lao was the best thing about this film. Apart from the obvious that was Kano and Sub-Zero and Scorpion, Kung Lao for me, I loved how he looked. I loved how he did his entrance. I loved the fact that he knew I felt like it was the character, but it sucked that he got his life sucked out of him.
Yes, he got sucked.
I
cannot. Citizen Kane, right there, baby. Special effects, even with the jokes. Great timing.
That sucked. Pero I cannot. No se la perdono a Warner Brothers, de verdad. Ni al director ni a los writers. I can't.
Yes, no eso puedo. De la patada es y el spam también pasó con Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Yeah. Kano no bloquea la patada. He doesn't block anything. Pero Scorpion cortó a Sub-Zero una vez. Yes! That was it. Do you remember what he's saying?
I think I do.
So when you remember in the beginning of the movie.
Noob Cyber?
No. In the beginning of the movie, Scorpion tosses the spear, boom, into the tree, right? And then Baihan is like this, and then he pulls it, boom, and it cuts him like,
yeah.
But when he pulls it, and then he did it again at the end of the movie, but into the eye, boom. And so Baihan was like this, and then when he pulled it, Baihan went like, poof, this time I got you. Like, boom. Bro, he remembered that after 400 years. That's crazy. True. He remembered that after 400 years. So, la segunda que intentó el mismo move fue Sub-Zero was like, dude, seriously? Yes, that's what I say, yeah. From Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Yes, I remember her from that one. The best one was Kung Lao. That's what we're talking about, bro. That's what we're talking about.
Period.
He and Kung Lao is supposed to be Shaolin. Liu Kang. You mean Liu Kang. But it's not unusual to integrate other styles on Kung Fu. Yeah, so that's why the perfect styles that they were actually interpreting was Wing Chun was Kung Lao, and then Jet Li is actually Jet Kune Do. Jet Kune Do, obviously, because it was incorporated through Bruce Lee, but it was a mixed martial arts in that sense. But yes, that's correct. But yeah, who are we talking about now? Aside, we jumped from Kung Lao.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna jump to Liu Kang right there, cousins, from the Shaolin. So I'm gonna start off with Liu Kang. I know that people compared Liu Kang, this one with the other one, with the one from the video games. Obviously, I mean, this is comparison all the time, like because we have to compare. But I still like this interpretation, and I think to lore, and close to like in between, because when we say lore, look, there have been many interpretations of Liu Kang in the video games that show different ways of Liu Kang being himself or being something a smidge different from that. I know, and I love this one because this one was actually showing the one that was loyal to the Shaolin. He was the warrior that wanted to be the one, but would still admire his ancestors, his predecessors, and his cousin, which was in this case Kung Lao. So you would see, you can see, and I love that this is happening because I know for a fact that Liu Kang is gonna get disillusioned and disappointed. It's gonna get disappointment from Raiden because lore shows it like that. You see how loyal he is. You see how fan of the the religion he is, of the god and all that, Liu Kang. And then there's gonna be a point in the next movie or the other one where Raiden is gonna do something that's gonna disappoint him so much that Liu Kang is just gonna break Raiden's neck. Now, in the lore, there's been two things that have happened. One, Liu Kang actually gets killed later on by Shang Tsung. They break his neck because they
I remember that.
him and what should we call it? Quan Chi actually put together the alliances like Deadly Alliance, like Sparrow Wolf said, and they actually kill him. They actually kill him in the game, as lore states that way. The other one is that Raiden actually kills him, burned alive by mistake. So that's another one. Like
by mistake.
Yeah, by mistake. And you can see it. It's in actually it's in the game Mortal Kombat 9, your favorite one.
Ooh.
So there's different ways of Liu Kang actually, being disillusioned and dying. And we know that also Kung Lao is actually brought back from the dead by Quan Chi and the Earthrealm Elder God, Shinnok, which was, by the way, the necklace that Kano took from the temple is actually Shinnok's.
I recognize it from Scorpion's Revenge.
Yes, exactly. So I really love Liu Kang. Now, the fact that he was, even shorter, we have to think about it like this, guys. Like, Shaolin monks are not supposed to be huge. Like, they're not supposed to be like this humongous guys. And like Robin Chow was in Mortal Kombat, the first one. We loved it because of what it is, and we didn't actually give a second of a thought to it. But he wasn't huge. He normally is not supposed to be huge. The games, per se, actually portray them as all being super tall, super huge, super bulky. And to a sense, it's kind of like unrealistic. Now, if you bring it down to Earth level, Shaolins are supposed to be smaller than the average person. So some people, when he's looking up to Kano and looking up to the other fighters, some people say like, oh, man, this guy is like small and lanky and nothing, but I didn't care because he fights, and then when he took off his what was it, his gi, he was like, yeah, like, whoa. When he was ripped, I was like, oh my gosh.
I was disappointed that he didn't make the noises. I was expecting at least one, because somebody told us that he doesn't make the noises as much, but it ended up being no noise at all. And I was just like, okay.
I mean, it was fine because, again, there's only really one person ever that I've known. Literally, there literally has been only one person ever that I've ever known that makes that sound, and it's Bruce Lee. I've never seen anybody else make that sound because the other ones were like, but the only one that makes that is like, that one's Bruce Lee. That's it. No one else makes that sound.
Somebody clip that.
Citizen Cage. Special effects, baby. But yes, let me read some comments here real quick. Cabal was also on point. Cabal was on point. Let's jump to, well, you got something else to say about Liu Kang?
No, I like Liu Kang, so I don't have.
Lastly, before I jump into it, I love his fatality.
Yeah, but I thought he was. I saw a lot of people saying that they didn't like Liu Kang, that he was like, that he was not good. But this is the Liu Kang that I've known, and I feel like it's the Liu Kang from the video games and the film. He's very respectful. He's very loyal to his beliefs and what he has been taught by Raiden and what he knows from the elder gods and all that stuff. So somebody that is very close to those beliefs would act that way, would be like proper and doing this and talking the way that he does. So it makes sense to me.
This is the funny thing, guys. If you didn't know, this is the funny thing. The Mortal Kombat film from 1995 did not follow the lore of Mortal Kombat in terms of Liu Kang, because it already said, I mean, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, please. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. As we're speaking right now, that Liu Kang is supposed to be a loyal servant to the Shaolin monk religion. Shaolin monk's religion. In this one, it's like he fell off of it. So he wasn't actually portrayed to completely as to he was in the video games. He already was off of it and something happened or whatnot. So he was just being portrayed as in the first video game physically, but not with the lore. Like he would have the special powers and all that. I mean story-wise. The abilities were there, the powers were there, but story-wise, like it wasn't exactly how the lore explained it. It was changed. This one is actually loyal to the very first lore that Liu Kang is supposed to be, the chosen warrior, but he's part of the chosen warriors and the prophecy, which the prophecy wasn't clear in this one. The prophecy was like in the 9th tournament, Outworld is going to lose, but they didn't actually deep dive into how it was going to happen. It was going to happen by the chosen warriors. So maybe these were the chosen warriors that are blocking Outworld from actually winning, and the tournament might come in this one. So that's going to happen. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, here we go. El que quitó el rosario. What the?
Él se
quitó el rosario. Oh, yeah. That's foreshadowing right there. Yeah. Por mí que le haga el bicycle kick en las pelotas are rated por him. Para que tenga que hacer Uber por el resto de la vida.
Sí, tacho.
In Kung Fu, yes. Clip that. He was buff. Yeah, Liu Kang was pretty buff. Man. It was pretty buff. Liu Kang is supposed to be inspired in Bruce Lee, which is why the game and the first movie is so much alike. Enter the Dragon. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the same reason why I'm saying that, you know, it didn't follow the lore of Mortal Kombat. And as Aldro says, it followed the image of Bruce Lee. It followed the image of Enter the Dragon, which that's exactly right, Aldros. Yes. So you can't tell me that they're not actually following the lore, or this is the Liu Kang that you don't like, because Liu Kang is not supposed to be that tall. If you really think about it, he's a Shaolin monk, just like Kung Lao. He's not supposed to be that tall, but he's supposed to be that fast and quick and smart and patience with the fighting styles that they get. That is actually Liu Kang. That is actually Kung Lao. Okay, next one. What do we got? We got more characters. Jax. Let's go to Jax. We're going to go to 3 more. Wait, let's say Cabal. Cabal was awesome. I liked his banter. I know that, you know, people are saying, oh, Cabal should have shut the fuck up. It's like, why? Cabal is not even that important. Cabal is not even that important of a character in any story. Giving him a moment right there was good. Like you can't give the limelight to every single Mortal Kombat character.
Exactly.
It's impossible. It would be a 10-hour movie or a TV show.
No, this would have to be like the YouTube series that they did. That the first season was every character had their episode, or every pair. Like it was like Jax and Sonya, and then you had Melina and what was the other one? Melina and Dios mío, and Katana. So for that to happen, that would have to be a series.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And let me show you guys. For those who don't know, I wanted to put it here so that since you see it in my background, there you go. Oof! Oh, nobody look at this. Nobody look at that.
Is that Annihilation?
Yeah. So it's Annihilation. Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Yeah.
That's something that actually helps a lot of people because it's right there in HBO Max. So guys, if whoever doesn't know about Mortal Kombat like that, just watch this. Watch this, and it will help you. It's not directly the characters from this that jump into the movie, but it will help you with some sort of lore. If you're not going to dive into comic books or into the video games like that, this will help you to have an idea of the lore, an idea of what goes on, of why they are who they are.
I was gonna say that I don't necessarily remember Cabal in the video games.
Cabal? Oh, okay, that's fine.
At all. So I thought he was good. I just didn't have any expectations from him. So that's why.
And see, that's the thing. As a new lead person that just, you know,
I don't know every character. I know like the basic ones.
Doesn't know about Cabal. You thought he was, you know, he was decent. He was pretty good.
I understood his anger. Like basically Kano put him in the situation that he is, that he needs a ventilator. So I get it, you know.
Yeah,
I would be pissed off too.
Sometimes for certain characters, we really don't need a full, huge background story because they're going to be right there for a second or two. I didn't need to know the backstory of Nitara to care when she gets killed for a second, like right there in a fatality. Or Reiko. I didn't fucking care about Reiko at all. But it was a character that was serving his purpose, and it's a character that we can kill because he doesn't matter that much. So we can actually care about the ones that we do in the next films.
Yeah.
So not every character is going to have a major role. People will die. There's so many characters in Mortal Kombat lore. So, just I think that some people overreacted on those things, but Cabal, pretty good. I liked it. I liked his speed. I liked how he handled himself. I like his talking. I like his talk shit. It's fine. It's fine. He's dead now, so who cares? Anyway, who else? Melina. Okay, Melina. People complaining that she is an African American.
People were complaining that she's black. I was
what in the effing fuck? Why are you caring if she's black or white or orange or yellow? It doesn't really matter. And it says Cabal here was great. They should have made a movie with Cabal and Kane. You can make actually a origin of that. That'd be cool. I would buy into that really hard. Like, yes. I think it would be cool if HBO Max decides to make like a Origins prequel, and then each character can have like a short film. Yeah, like a short film of 30 minutes. This doesn't matter, or 20 minutes. It really like that, like Mortal Kombat Legacy. And you can even add like a Cole Young if you want people, because it's like Star Wars, the prequels, that a lot of people didn't like them, and then they made Clone Wars, and people were like, oh, now I understand. That could be Cole Young's like redemption in a way. And well, Cole Young, no, I don't think Cole Young, no. Cole Young, no.
He's already part of the film, so
Cole Young, no. I don't think Cole Young needs it because his origin is with this movie.
Yeah, but I mean in terms of redemption, that people start to make people understand or care in a way for this character.
I don't think there's going to be any type of information that actually helps. The only thing that would help is just following him through these movies. It's just the way he was placed, and the reason why he was placed there. For some people, it didn't work, and it just served a purpose. Yeah. So, but I don't think he would have any backstory that can help, because remember, the backstory the people that need backstory is like the ones that have history with other characters, or a history that is very important. Now, Cole Young history, it was already given right there. It's like, how did you become a family man, or how did you fell from MMA? Well, you start getting a lot of punches.
Southpaw.
Your body starts getting beat up real bad, and then you start losing your sense of how you used to be a great fighter.
Oh my God, I didn't mention this, but please, guys, you guys that are in here watching this. Doesn't Cole Young I'm gonna say it. Doesn't his interpretation remind you of Tommy from the Power Rangers? Please let me know in the comments.
David Frank. Guys,
please let me know in the comments.
If you know anything about Power Rangers, if you know who David Frank is, this guy, when he actually talks,
Cole Young is a Power Ranger. He's in the wrong film.
He's the green Power Ranger, brother. Like, he is like, oh shit.
And if you didn't think about that, go and see the movie again and let me know.
See it again, please. And have that thought in your mind.
I told John, I was like, this guy sounds and acts like Tommy from the Power Ranger, Cole Young. And then I saw it a second time, and John was like, you're fucking right.
Oh my God. This guy could have been the Green Ranger.
Like his tone, how he moves, how he, moves his head. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's cool.
And by the way, those who don't know, the actor that actually played Liu Kang, Ludi Lin, was the Black Power Ranger.
He was in the reboot.
He was Zach.
And I was like, Cole Young is Tommy. I'm telling you guys.
Yes. So it was great. Just watch it again, guys. Anyway,
I don't know what I thought about that now.
Yeah, what character were we in?
I think we were in Cabal.
No, Melina. We were talking about Melina. So Melina's race really does not matter. Melina's race really does not matter, because she is a clone of an Adanian. Adanian meaning that she is a clone from Kitana, from another world that represents beauty in all kinds of ways. And she could have been anybody, honestly. And then when you portray it through a carnivorous way, Melina, which she is, like she eats flesh of anybody, it really doesn't matter. it really doesn't matter who she is or where she comes from. Where she comes from doesn't matter, but who she is in terms of race. And I know that people are complaining, or some people were complaining about it. I don't know if you guys disagree with me in the chat, but I think her race doesn't really matter. She just was there. And this actress most likely will come back in the next film to portray Kitana because she is the clone of Kitana.
Everybody's coming back.
And I think everybody's coming back. Yeah. We think everybody's coming back. Okay, so here's the thing. I know that Shang Tsung doesn't have a reviving type of ability. Maybe I'm wrong or I forgot, but I know that they can be brought back via Netherrealm. Like Shinnok or Quan Chi can actually bring them back because he's under the god's tutelage, which is the revitalizing souls and stuff like that. But Shang Tsung doesn't have that power that I know of. He has the power to, suck souls and be young and be more powerful with them. But I've never known Shang Tsung to actually have a resurrection power other than Quan Chi. Yes, because he's under the tutelage of Shinnok, the god of the elder god who is in control of the netherworld. So he can do that. And if we see in the lore, Liu Kang actually came back, Kitana came back, Kung Lao came back, Jax came back that way. A lot of characters actually came back that way. And see, so regresó. Oh, yeah, you're back. And Quan Chi, yes. So Metaverse knows. That's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, they can come back, but I don't think it's going to be by Shang Tsung's power unless the writers decide that, hey, we are definitely going to give Shang Tsung creative liberty. But yes, Melina, okay, now we're going to go into the last 3 characters that we have to talk about. No, we got 4. All right, so let's go into Jax fast. Jax. I love Jax.
Me too.
I loved his power. Yeah. How his Arcana came back. Some people were saying, bro, but what's his power?
What? He got powerful arms, bro.
Well, to be more specific, his Arcana came from strength.
Yeah.
From his power inside and being brute and special forces. Now, super strength. Yes, there you go. You beat me to it. Super strength is his actual power because the metal arms were just pretty much, there's actually a word that you can use with him. Something kinetic, something about, energy and something like that. It's kind of like what Cyborg is in DC. He can shoot guns and stuff like that from his arms or anything. But generally, his Arcana came from his desperation to save his partner. Like, she was about to die or probably going to die. And that scene where he's trying to lift the boulder or the arm, it was great. Yeah. And how they started forming like, it was amazing. Now, does anybody disagree? I don't know. Let us know. But I really enjoy Jax, and I love his portrayal. I do prefer Michael J. White, the one from Mortal Kombat Legacy, because the Jax from Mortal Kombat Legacy is like, oh, geez, like this guy can whoop your ass. Bruh.
I love the line when he was when this Jax from the film was fighting with Sub-Zero, and he's just like, "I've done 6 tools, motherfucker," and then just kicks the shit out of him.
And he's like, "Yeah, 6 tools, bro, but I've lived 400 years and have superpowers and I have super strength.
I got ice coming out of my hands,
and I got ice coming out of my hands. So like 6 tools ain't do shit."
I'm just saying, like, hello.
You want to do 6 more tours? Go be a tourist at other places. Like, no, I'm kidding. Johnny Cage, special effects, baby.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I still don't get why Sub-Zero would join forces with Shang Tsung. We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know if that was, how it would happen, and the only reason why it would probably happen is because Bihan is how it's said here. I thought it was Bihan.
Is it Bihan or is it Bihan? Because this movie,
Mortal Kombat Legacy said Bihan.
This movie started, and
This
then he was
movie
like,
says Bihan.
Bihan! And I was like,
So
what the
I'm like,
fuck?
Bihan! I'm like,
And I was
oh,
like,
shit.
and I was like,
So I'm
what
like,
the fuck?
all right.
Bihan? But Bihan? What?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I guess like we don't know. Like nobody knows. Nobody knows how they actually join forces.
No, look, Demon
And
King says Bihan. That's
Bihan.
crazy. People have said Bihan like for so long.
Yeah, and we don't know how they joined forces. Again, like Bihan could have been very egotistical, and he was like a murderous freak from the way he was looking in the beginning. So I guess immortality fed his ego. So that's what he wanted. He wanted immortality because that's exactly what he had. Like you could live all these years. Like no one's gonna defeat you. You can live on, and I can share souls with you, like that. But there's not really much detail on how he would or how he was kept alive. You could just assume that it was immortality. He was given some sort of immortality, just like Shang Tsung's soul and young type of physical being. His source of power is absorbs souls, and you can still live. And he probably said, "If you join me, I'll give you. If you do this for me, I'll give you eternal life." Done. Okay, so who was Cole supposed to be when he got his powers? Nobody.
I think it's
he's new.
Cole Young. He's new.
He's new. Cole is his own character. He's a completely new. He was introduced for the very first time in this movie. He's nobody. In the story-wise, he's actually a descendant from the Hanzo Hasashi clan. Yeah. From the Shirai Ryu clan, but Hanzo Hasashi bloodline, which is Scorpions.
Scorpion.
Yeah. So, okay. We got 3 more. Let's do this. Hanzo Hasashi. Shang Tsung. Okay, Shang Tsung. Let's go to Shang Tsung.
He was all right.
Shang Tsung for me was not imposing.
No.
Like I wasn't afraid of this Shang Tsung.
I didn't get fear from him. I just got like a a crying how do you say it? Un niño malcriado. How do you say that in English?
Yeah, like a I don't know, like a bad raised child.
No.
Badly raised child or something. That's how you call it.
No.
Malcriado.
Malcriado. Wait, I gotta Google this. You want
Malcriado. Anyway, yeah, I'll tell mine. Yeah, I didn't like Shang Tsung at all. I mean, he was there, and I'm like, okay, you're here.
Yeah.
Spoiled brat. There we go. Spoiled brat.
Thank you.
Spoiled brat. Thank you.
Thank you, Aldros. You're the best. See, yes. He was like he felt like a spoiled brat to me. Like,
yeah.
Raiden, you suck. But look, I got something better. And it's just like, okay, cool, bro. Like, whatever.
Yeah, and real quick before we continue with it, he probably gonna be tricked by Shang Tsung. Instead, he would probably have taken his life. His eyes creeped me out, but not scary. Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's just Shang Tsung wasn't that imposing, and like Aldo says, he was a spoiled brat. Demon King is saying that he wasn't that imposing. It wasn't working for me. I didn't mind watching him there. I just knew that it wasn't having any effect. Like the actor that actually portrayed Shang Tsung in the old movies, which I forgot his name. Let me see. I'm gonna look for his name, because the way he imposed the freaking fear into you was like, oh shit! Like you looked at him and I'm like, I don't want to fight you, or I don't want to be next to you, or you're gonna eat me. But he was scary. Let me see. Shang Tsung. Okay, Kari Hiroyuka Tagawa. That's his name. Kari Hiroyuka Tagawa. He was scary as shit. But this Shang Tsung, I don't know, spoiled brat. His armor, it was all right. I guess because he's not fighting, he's okay.
I like his look. I just didn't like his motivations. That's all.
Yeah, because again, he's a sorcerer, so he kind of has to look like a sorcerer that then can fight. So because he wasn't gonna fight, he was looking like that. Like his costume was fine for me. And I don't know. It was okay.
Yeah, it was all right. So he was there. He was there.
He was there. We'll move on to the next characters. Now, we're gonna jump into the main villain, and then the one that's supposed to be the main protagonist, I would, if I say so myself. But let's first jump into the main bad guy, Sub-Zero. And I got a comment right here, right now, that Demon King said, Sub-Zero's, his outfit wasn't even blue.
What?
What? What happened? Something happened?
His outfit wasn't even blue?
Oh, yes. Sub-Zero's outfit wasn't even blue. Yeah, it wasn't.
It was black?
It was black.
Oh. It had like traces of blue.
It had dark traces of blue. The only clear blue that you saw was at the beginning of the film when he was with the Shirai Ryu. I mean, with the Lin Kuei.
Wow.
But it had very, very, very dark traces of blue, but it was mostly black. But again, you can excuse the fact that it was black because he's working under Shang Tsung. And every single person that was working under Shang Tsung was dressed in black, black armor and all that. You know, but Sub-Zero was easily a great villain. Like his fighting style was imposing. It was crazy good the way that he would move, and you really don't want to fucking mess with this guy because, again, as scary as they showed him, he was that imposing at the beginning, and when he's fighting. What do you call it? When he is actually searching for Cole, it was great that they actually showed his powers in the civil life.
I was going to add that's probably my favorite scene from Sub-Zero. I think that and I still like the final battle, even though I understand why a lot of people don't like it. But for me, that scene where, you know, they're getting, the daughter's having the ice cream and then all of a sudden it starts to snow and it's just like, what the hell? And it was fun to see. Because I like when these types of characters, we know them to be dark in video games and all that stuff, and to see that come to life is even more satisfying than seeing it be a little bit more cartoony or like campy in the sense. Like Sub-Zero in this film is really terrifying. Sub-Zero should have been, you know, what's the name of the bad guy? We were talking about him. Shang Tsung?
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung should have been like Sub-Zero. I think that Sub-Zero was more terrifying than Shang Tsung, and I think that's why
he definitely was.
And I think that's why Demon King, it makes sense that he's asking, like, why would Sub-Zero team up with Shang Tsung? Like, if it's Shang Tsung in this film, it's like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And I want to answer.
Sub-Zero could have been like his own thing, you know?
Yeah.
So.
I want to answer this real quick before you continue talking about it. ¿En qué juego salió Reiko? Reiko was appearing on Mortal Kombat 4. That was his first appearance.
I don't even know I didn't know who Reiko was either.
Yeah, so. But just a quick history behind Reiko. Reiko is supposed to be an important character as well, but here he was thrown away. He's actually a general of Shao Kahn's army. He's the general of Shao Kahn's army, and he actually defeated Ermac, Melina, and somebody else he has defeated before. So yeah, he's pretty much the general of Shao Kahn's army. And there is, I think there is a line when he's stuck.
Yeah, but he said it differently. What did he say? Like take their souls or something like that, or their souls are mine. I don't remember, but he says it, but not exactly that.
But when he grabs Kung Lao, I think he says it.
When he
grabs him. Yeah, when he grabs him, he's like, "Your soul is mine," but not like that. I got to look at it again. Probably not. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, you can continue. Sorry.
I forgot what I was saying. No, yes, Sub-Zero. Yeah, for me, he was the main villain of this film.
Yes.
So in a way,
was the main villain. Like that was.
Yeah, but they were trying to make. Yeah, but they were trying to make Shao Tsung. Is that how you say it?
Shang Tsung.
I'm sorry. I'm really bad with the names in Mortal Kombat. I'm so sorry. They were trying to make that guy. Yeah. What?
Johnny Cage.
Oh my god. They were trying to make
Perfect, baby.
they were trying to make that guy the main villain, and I think there was no reason to have him here in a way as the main villain. Like I think that if this movie you would have pulled like a whole Sub-Zero thing being the main villain, and then you still had Scorpion trying to catch up to him in a way, and then protecting Cole Young, I think it would have still made for a better movie than this one, story wise.
Right.
So yeah, for me, he was perfect, and I actually liked him a little bit more than Scorpion, which is usually different in the video games. I like Scorpion better in the video games,
Yeah.
so it's interesting.
Segue. Scorpion now.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about Scorpion?
I loved him. I know this actor. I've seen him before do so many other things. He was in The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise as well.
Yes, he was in The Last Samurai. He was in Marvel, actually.
Which is yeah, but
Do you remember him?
What?
Do you remember him in the Marvel movies?
No, I don't remember what movie he is, but
he was in Endgame.
In Endgame.
When Black Widow goes looking for Hawkeye, he is the last Yakuza he kills.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yes, he's the last Yakuza member that he kills before Black Widow actually appears behind him.
Yeah, but I like this actor, and I think he gave Scorpion was still what we saw in the video games, but I liked to see the soft side of him with his wife and his child, and how that traumatized him and sent him into that rage, because that scene when we see his wife and kid frozen, it's a very powerful scene to see.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was an interesting take that they did on him. And I love seeing him at the end in his like another realm look in a way.
By the way, what do you guys think about his armor? About his physical appearance?
I like the armor. I think it was more adapted to it just the armor in this film looks modern. Like this feels like it would be a Mortal Kombat of today. You know what I'm saying? And it feels very adapted to the situation and to what the story wants to present as well, whether it be a good story or not at 100% story. So I have nothing bad to say about Scorpion and Sub-Zero. For me, they were top dogs in this film, and I really think that if they would have based it off of Scorpion and Sub-Zero and kept that same line throughout the film, they could have still incorporated Cole Young in the story and make it work at 100%.
Yeah. Now, something that I wanted to actually talk about before we start heading out is music. There's only one, in my opinion, there's only one memorable song in the entire movie, and that is the main theme. The other fights don't really feel like, I love the fights, but there was nothing there pumping me up aside from me just watching fatalities and the fight scenes. Mm-hmm. No song. In the first movie, we actually had the amazing songs in almost every single fight. And there was really no hype train. The only hype train that we got was at the credits. In the credits, and in the last few fights when Cole Young says, "Okay, Kano has a laser, don't forget it. Remember, he has a laser. So now dodge." I was like,
"Yeah,
she knows.
Yeah,
like she's clear on that. Like Captain Obvious. All right,
thanks, Captain Obvious. But poor guy. He's new.
Yeah,
he's new.
But again, the music, I didn't feel it except the main theme song. And
the music was fine for me. Something interesting that I read was that the composer of the music actually said that he took parts of the techno Mortal Kombat remix that we hear at the end credits, and he tried to incorporate it in his orchestration. I just feel that it was when the hype would start with the music, it would go away as quickly as it started. That's the only problem. So
yes,
I mean, to me, it was fine. It was fine because I feel that if they went the route of like doing a gamey kind of score, people would have been like, it's too campy. and then not a lot of music, a little bit of more serious tone, and a lot of people didn't like the music. So I just feel like it's very hard to please
everybody.
fans, everybody, and especially fans of Mortal Kombat or fans of a specific video game that's being adapted into the big screen. So it's complicated.
Yeah, I mean, again, I understand how everybody wants to feel, and there's different eyes that can see this movie. You have so many times to actually watch this movie that you can take yourself out of being like the Mortal Kombat super fan and try to look at it in a different way, like maybe realistic or something that you missed or something that you can actually put together to actually enjoy this film even more. Don't expect a 100% adaptation, but expect an adaptation. And the movie is great on its own. It's still good. It's still watchable. We can enjoy it. Will we get pissed on the same things over and over again? Kung Lao dying? Yes, I will.
Oh, and I have to mention something. I felt that Goro shouldn't have been in this film.
Goro. Yes, I forgot about Goro too. Sorry, talk about him.
I think it would have still been effective if some other character would have battled Cole, and then that's how he got his Arcana. I feel that it would have been great.
His power, because he already had the Arcana.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking something else. Ignore me.
But I feel that it would have been more effective if they would have teased Goro alongside Johnny Cage in this first film, and then, for example, they could have still presented that scene where the bad guy, I forgot his name. Sorry,
Shang Tsung.
Okay, I'm gonna learn these names but when the sequel comes out, I'm gonna nail all of these names. Shang Tsung. They could have still presented that scene where he's like, "Oh, Prince Goro," blah blah blah, and we saw the shadows. And then after having the Johnny Cage reveal that they're gonna go to Hollywood to get him, then have a mid-credit scene where they recruit Goro, and then Goro would be presented in the sequel, which is the tournament, or within the tournament. I think that would have been more effective. The design for me was okay. It's typical Goro. He's still going to be ugly no matter how they design him. I think he's hideous. And I always tell John, like, I feel like I have nightmares with Goro. Like, he's so ugly. I can't. And John's always like, yep, that's the point. So I don't care the design. He's still going to look like Goro. So that's my only criticism. I felt that if it would have been more effective if Cole Young was fighting another less important character in the Mortal Kombat lore, and he got his power, and then a tease for Goro.
Probably Reiko. He would have killed Reiko. Right there. Like the one that Jax killed. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would have been.
Just kill him before the actual hype.
Yeah. So I think that would have worked better, and then have Goro have his moment at the tournament. But I think he still might come back. That's one thing that has me like, okay, we'll see what happens. Or they can bring the female one. There was a female one at some point, right?
Shiva.
The female Goro, Shiva, the female Goro.
Yeah, the female Goro. And then there's another one. He's like a tiger. I forgot his name, but he's like a tiger.
So yeah. That to me was a complete miss. It was a miss. I don't understand. 2 times I've seen it. I don't understand why Goro is in this film. He was very underutilized. That's all.
Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Is anything else you want to say about Mortal Kombat or the entire show?
I just want to say that, listen, this film has its flaws. It's not perfect, but I think it's a good start for a Mortal Kombat reboot. I think compared to the 1995 one is, the gore is there. The attempt is there to be more faithful to the video games that we all know and love. Just give it an opportunity. I just think that it has a great cast, and it's a very important film to see because of its diversity, especially with the characters like Cole Young and Liu Kang and Raiden. It's the first time that we all get them casted very well, and that's very important. So I'm encouraging people to support this film, whether you see it on HBO Max or in theaters, because I have a good feeling that if we get a sequel, it will be better, because they will have a better budget and they can do a lot more things. And
we won't be on COVID times.
Yeah, and we can actually go to the theater and see it and have some fun with it.
But I just really hope. Mostly, I say it for production, like their production won't be halted or anything will be pulling them back from it.
I don't think productions are having that problem, anyways. Like they have priority over everything. So, but I want to see more Mortal Kombat in this universe, and I have the faith that they can make this better, and just go support it. It's diversity, it's representation, and it's a start. It's a start. It's a fun movie for what it is. I expected gore, blood, fatalities. That's what I got. The story sucks, and I really hope that the story gets better in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So that's all that I can say for this film. Go see it. Go see it.
Gore fue uno de los cadáveres que se ve que Shang Tsung recogió. A mí me huele que su resurrección va a ser Quintaro. That's the one that I was looking for. Quintaro is his resurrection. Para darle un twist a esos I like characters. Yes. He's the one that's like a tiger. He looks like a tiger. Wait, the ending. Johnny Cage poster. Yes. So my poster at the end, the tease of me being in the film. So yes, Johnny Cage.
I was not surprised by that, if I'm completely honest.
Poster was there. And as I explained earlier, it could only be half of me because from here to here is 2 million. Here to here is probably 1.5. Mm-hmm. So I was teased at the end. And it's great. I'm going to be part of the second one. I'm hoping that when Johnny Cage comes back, when Johnny Cage appears in the second movie, it's going to be great. I'm hoping that because, Kano actually got killed in this movie, we'll probably see that the next comedic relief, or at least humor relief, is actually going to be Johnny Cage as it was in the first film. Because that was pretty much Johnny Cage. And it's exciting. Now, who's going to play him? We have no idea. There's a lot of fan, the
castings. WWE guy. Oh, can I say something? Wait. I saw that fans wanted Ryan Reynolds to play Johnny Cage. All I have to say to you guys is no. I'm tired of people wanting Ryan Reynolds to play Deadpool in every single movie that he's in. Just let it go. I love Ryan Reynolds.
Or Ryan Reynolds playing Ryan Reynolds.
I love Ryan Reynolds. He is not going to be Johnny Cage. If they do this, I will not see the sequel. I'm sorry. Like, it's time to bring in some new talent. Time to bring in like new people. If it's that WWE guy, he already casted himself. So go for that guy. But please do not campaign for Ryan Reynolds to be Johnny Cage, because that's a waste of time.
Yeah,
that's a waste of time.
Again, Ryan Reynolds has his own thing. Just leave him outside.
Leave him as Deadpool. He doesn't have to be in every single movie. Like,
literally, Mortal Kombat is filled with a casting of actors that are not well known or haven't had big opportunities. The entire casting is like that. Like and the Asian actors that play Sub-Zero and Scorpion are well known in Asia, not in America, and including the same the guy who plays Cole Young. Sorry, I forgot his name.
Louis Tan.
Like Louis Tan has a TV show on Netflix. What was it called again?
Wu Assassins.
Go watch that if you want to see some Cole Young.
And he's from London, but he doesn't speak British, so like he doesn't have an accent. Speak British. That's stupid. But yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to see a sequel. I want to see Johnny Cage finally in the sequel. I really did not miss him in this one because I understand what has to be. And then if Johnny Cage would have been in this film, he probably would have died in the second film. Now that Johnny Cage is going to be in the next film, he could probably survive.
Young is going to die.
somebody's. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta see things more outside the box, and think about the budget and the length that Warner Brothers actually gave these people to actually do this film, and the time. So with the success, with more budget, with more everything, it's going to be better. It's going to be better. I promise. Sub-Zero isn't warrior. It's from the writings of Bruce Lee.
Nice.
Oh, we gotta watch Warriors.
Nice.
I gotta check. Wait, let me write that down. Warriors.
I saw that he plays the piano too. The actor who plays Sub-Zero. I saw like a video of him on YouTube just like casually playing the piano and singing a song, and I was just like, that is just like I've heard about Warriors.
Okay.
I've heard about it. It's an HBO Max, he says. Thank you, Aldros. We'll watch it. We have a list of things that we have to see. And guys, there's a lot of things that are coming out. The new anime that's coming out on Netflix. What's the name? You can say it better than I can. I'm tired of butchering anime names.
Yasuke.
That's coming out tomorrow. And on Friday, we got tickets to see Demon Slayer.
Oh, yes!
At 3:30, guys. At 3:30. I'm so excited.
Demon Slayer. We're going to see Demon Slayer on Friday, guys.
I am so excited. Woo! And, no se preocupen que as soon as it's going to be the first time that we go to a movie theater and after a year. And I want to correct something. The last film that we saw was not Rise of Skywalker. It was actually Bad Boys for Life in February 6th, 2020, before everything went to shit. So that was the last film that we saw.
That is correct.
That was the last film that we saw. But yeah, guys, that is going to be all. What's coming out? The anime Yasuke? How you say it? Yasuke on Netflix. Check it out. And Demon Slayer is out in the United States, but we are watching it finally on Friday, the movie. So we're really excited. So thank you guys for being here on this special edition of TLU. Let's talk about it, where we dedicated all of our time to talking about Mortal Kombat 2021. We hope that you guys had a fun time today. 3 hours and 16 minutes here yapping about Mortal Kombat. That's how much we loved it. Friendly reminder that you can follow us on all of our social media. We are the Legacy Universe, and we are available on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, right?
Yes,
and Twitch.
I think so.
And Twitch. But if you want to catch us live, you can always check us out here on twitch.tv/The Legacy Universe. We publish our schedule every Sunday. We are going to be here tomorrow playing Resident Evil 5, which is a game that was requested by XDex with his legacy points, and it's a co-op game. And we started playing it yesterday, and I was really stressed out, so I think that's going to make for a fun stream. So we're going to be here tomorrow live anytime between 7 to 7:30, and then on Friday we are going to have our Metal Gear stream live anytime from 7 to 7:30. It's going to be the beginning of the Metal Gear saga that we're going to play. We're going to play all of the Metal Gear games here on Twitch until we complete them at 100%. And then on Saturday, don't forget, we're going to be here on our channel anytime from 6:30 to 7 playing Little Nightmares 2, but at 10 p.m. Nivel Escondido is going to have La Parranda Bacala, which is really special because we are going to be sponsoring it, and it's their 5th anniversary on Twitch. So it's going to be at twitch.tv/Nivel Escondido, and it's going to be at 10 p.m. So basically what they do here is that they go to fellow Hispanic Twitch streamers, and we prank them. But the purpose of that is that they can get more follows, they can reach an affiliate status if they have only like 2 followers left or a couple, or they can reach a partnership, and just to give these channels more promotion and more love from the Nivel Escondido community. So we are really honored and excited to be sponsoring this Parranda Bacala. So that's going to be on Saturday. Our goal is that as soon as 10 o'clock hits, if we're still playing, we're going to send a raid over there so we can have fun. Starts at 10. It could be up to 3 in the morning because we have a great time over there. And don't forget that you can also get your Legacy Universe merch at tinyurl.com/TLU merch. We have the From Our Land to Our Universe collection with our signature astronaut with the Puerto Rican, Dominican, or United States flag if you want to rep your pride across the universe. We also have the Legacy Masters horror section design done by Saturn_Strawberry, and we have a Throw It Into the Universe t-shirt. And if you are a fan of our section of Legacy Masters, we also have a couple of t-shirts, tank tops, because it's getting really hot. a hoodie, and
yes,
a
indeed.
mug. So you can check it out at tinyurl.com/TLU merge. So thank you for joining us. Don't forget, this is all of our social media right here. And talking about Spotlight of the Week, redeemed by you guys. Tomorrow, Resident Evil 5. We have Boruto, which is going to be on May 5th or 6th. And then we have Kenichi, The Mightiest Disciple, May 12th or the 13th, depending on the schedule that we decide to establish. And we also have points redeemed for Hades by the man me, aka Bam B.
Yes, and we're gonna hold off on the redeem points for requests for just 1 week. That way, it still actually gives us time to complete the ones we have, and then we activate them again so that you guys can still do so. Because then, if we actually redeem everything at the same time, it was like Christmas. We won't be able to get to everybody in time, and we want to do that. We want to do that for you guys because you support us already with what you do with your presence and all that, and then we want to be able to actually do all that for you guys.
And I wanted to say thank you to everybody who reached out yesterday because we actually got our first dose of the vaccine on Monday.
And we were cuckoo for Cocoa Pops.
We were feeling well on Monday, but then yesterday we woke up we had some side effects. So thank you to everybody who reached out. We're doing fine. We're better now. And we are here. We're excited to be here. So that's why we moved the morning stream. Yeah. This morning was different.
This morning I almost wasn't gonna make today. But then I actually napped a little bit more. I actually took some Advil. And then woke up again like at 12. You actually woke me up in the couch.
Yeah, I woke up at 12. I was like, I'm just going to sleep.
You woke me up in the couch. And then I felt, stronger. I was like, okay, so I needed Advil and more sleep.
Yep,
that was it. So, okay. So
yeah, we're doing so much better now. So thank you to everybody who reached out and sent their well wishes for us to feel better. Don't forget that you can also join our Discord community. We have a lot of fun there, sending videos, trailers, talking about random things. So that's going to be all, guys. Thank you. We will see you tomorrow here live anytime between 7 to 7:30 playing Resident Evil 5. And I think we're going to send a raid. Who is online now? Let me know.
I have no idea.
We can raid them.
Raid who?
And to send a raid.
But I just don't know who's
okay
online. Let me see.
I'll check it.
Okay. It's okay. We got Luis Nivel Escondido, Radalos, X Gaming.
Radalos,
Rakatan. I don't know. Who do you want to raid?
Maybe we can send it to Radalos. We've never done it, so.
Okay, so we're gonna send the raid to Radalos, guys. Just stick around. We are 11 right now, so all you gotta do is just wait like 10 seconds. We're gonna send you over there, and if you like his content, just follow him. If not, then that's okay. But just stick around for the raid, just so that you can say hi to everybody. And thank you again for watching us. I will set the waiting screen. Thank you again, guys.
Mortal Kombat! Rated sucks!
Finish him! Special effects, baby!